Hello everyone, Avaira is here. Let's continue Oblivion. Well, we'll see who will be able to finish DLC today or not, but time will tell. Okay, this is the glitchy launch. Let's restart that. Hardly can see by flames, that's glitchy one. Well, surprisingly this time first launch was, I think, fine, which is usually never happens. But first launch I usually doing before the stream. And usually it's scout, but second usually, which is the first on stream, usually fine, but not always. Let's see. Seems fine. Don't see any flickers. Flame looks fine. I guess we can continue. Alright. Yeah, seems everything works fine. So, I just collected 2 items needed to create Vabajag to confront the Giganak so-called. I need to return back to the library. And by library I mean poor guy that's sitting here. Sitting there alone in the darkness, but knows everything. So I have both items that Deus needs to recreate the stuff of Shograt. I should return to Knife Point Hollow. Speak with him. Well, backtracking, here it goes. Alright. What's my situation? Oh yeah, I'm still in these robes. I pretend to be one of the local cultists, which was quite helpful. Moment of power. Missiles so powerful. Yeah, I'm carrying too many memento items. Not sure where I will be sent. In theory I can run through the town and drop the goodies there. Yeah, that's a possibility. It was quite dark. If it is by the way quite dark, time to do Despicable and steal the sweet roll, because I'm quite desperate to find one. Help another person. So this gadget really need the comment buttons. Okay, so I would do despicable things. Do foomph, grow or gush. I think in this house. Well, I'm not sure, maybe that house. One of the houses, there were sweet rolls. I noticed them just by pure random. That's my chance. Actually, a different one, I suppose. Sneaky sneak. Yeah, but that's the wrong house. Doesn't mean that this one don't have sweet rolls, but I don't see sweet rolls, so I would assume no. Yeah, this one have the ore, but I don't need the ore. Yeah, lock the door. Okay. Sleeping. Must be. I just need to take one sweet roll. I can put something to pay for this act of, I don't know, atrocious act. Okay, I have a sweet roll. Let me put something. I will be like a tooth fairy. I mean, put that there. Okay. Lol. Imagine put this field colossal black soul gem that have a soul of the archmage of the Cyrodiil Mage's Guild. Okay, there is flawless ruby, for example. Looks fancy. Not a sweet roll, sure, but it is what it is. Hi, Calvin. I'm so sneaky. Level 10. After almost 200 of in-game, like level 10 of sneak. So sneaky. Okay, I have a sweet roll. Now I can finish this quest as well. More reasons to go to town. Anyway, I need to go pretty much through the town to the other side of the isles. Chop, chop, chop. These animations. So good that I like first person more than the third one. Otherwise I would be forced to enjoy this friend animation. I'm not sure that I would be able to. Okay, so to the room. Oh, to Bernice. To buy the room. Rest in room. Potions, I think I should be still good. Mostly good on them. Also can read book about the Wabajag that I'm about to make. She looks suspicious, although she's a skooma addict, so I mean, for skooma addict she doesn't even look that suspicious. Looks disappointingly normal. Despite the fact that she and the cutter at the night, every single night, just stand on the roof of the scene and cutting each other until they will bleed.
Did you bring back my aqua nostrum?
No, because I already brought it before. To play the game very many hours. Very many hours, it's pretty accurate. Well, it's also my approach, like, well, there are multiple factors in this, but if I'm streaming something, I'm doing full playthrough. Like, I either try the game for one day, which is usually some early access or demo or whatever, or I'm playing a full playthrough. If I'm playing full playthrough, then, well, full playthrough means go into the whole game. But at the same time, I'm not doing just 100% playthrough, like to try to do every single possible fetch quest and achievement. I'm doing everything that is possible to do, but staying in character in terms of I'm judging everything from perspective of my character. So that's why I skipped, for example, Arena Quest 9 part 10, yeah, because, well, I don't want to kill for money. Same for assassinations. I try to even eliminate the brotherhood of murderers, but they all essential, so they cannot die. And also I met this friendly orc that was leader of the arena, the champion of the arena, and he was a nice guy. I helped him, but to become a champion myself, I need to actually kill him. I need to kill a bunch of people, so that's contradict my character. Same with Avery Gallant. So I kinda skipped decent chunk of content, despite the amount of hours in the game. At the same time, finished all the quests that were possible to finish. I have few quests now that just gather hundreds of calipers, for example. And this is not a joke. This is exactly, I need to gather hundreds of them. Like, not just that I will do it. So yeah, I would say it's quite healthy approach because it's fun. I slowed progression with mods, made it more hardcore, so I'm quite enjoying it. Without mods, I wouldn't recommend, because I would suggest to install at least some balance mods that will make mobs less spongy, so you'll be able to play with fast-paced combat, so you can fast, enemies can you fast as well, so that's fair deal, I would say. I tried to make economy also more fair, because otherwise you become rich in no time. And worked at the beginning, but now I'm still quite filthy rich. Not anyhow close to vanilla, but still. I still didn't find any Daedric items. I found only a couple ebony items, which is part of the miss, at the same time fine by me. I got my fun, and the progress was quite smooth and nice.
Oh.
So I need a bed.
If you... Very well. Take care.
In general, if you didn't play fully Oblivion, I can totally recommend. It's quite fun. But some things done weird. For example, in this remaster, they rework combat part in there, so it's not just pure spam, especially two-handed weapons. Like, they feel very satisfying. Like the sounds, animations, the pauses. The problem is it's very low DPS. So if you trying to be effective, like many things just broken in this game. But I'm enjoying the way it works, so I found my way to make it work as well, because I tried to make this blade that it will disable enemies and just potentially can one-shot them. And on Cyrodiil it could, and this DLC it cannot. This DLC is quite harsh in this regard. Yeah, by the way, talking of Kingdom Come Deliverance, I still need to finish the game. After Oblivion, I maybe will take a pause and play 1 or 2 short games, but I actually need to continue and finish my playthrough of Kingdom Come. Which is also not finished, because it's also a huge game. I started 2 big games in 1 big series of Dragon Age. So it's oof. At least I'm finished in Oblivion. Soon. Probably not today, because I still have a bunch of books to read. Talking of books, let's read about Wabajag, because I'm about to make one. Actually, maybe took the book with me today. I think I planned all along, so maybe I actually did. No, I don't see it. At the same time, I don't see it here. Broken Sun, Growing Journal, Ravens, Black Arrow. It's maybe under Black Arrow. No. Well, the book is just flying. I thought I had book. Oh yeah. Oh, I read about it actually. Yes, true. That was the short one. I thought I have still more. Okay, so we don't have any additional lore about it. Oh, it is what it is. Grom's Journal. Okay, read this one. Oh no, wait a second. It's a group adventures that came there as well. Okay, I can check it later. Black Arrow, about what? Witches of Water. Now that's some separate story. That still might be connected to something, but for now, not much need. Okay, whatever then. Let me drop some things. Don't carry too heavy items. Because I don't have home here and just piling up things that I want to carry back to Cyrodiil. But yeah, the game you can sink like easily 300 of hours in the game, because it have insane amount of dungeons and everything. On the other hand, most of them generated and just not worth it. It's by the way the only ebony weapons that I found, and I found it very recently. Probably I needed level 20 to be able to even find them. And now I'm level 20. Shadowrend. Shadowrend, I mean 60 additional damage is pretty neat. At the same time I'm doing 50 with mine, so it's not anyhow really that special. Yeah, I'm always kind of neglecting the fact that Divider actually also doing a good amount of damage. Why the description is... oh, because it's poison. Yeah, Divider is quite a unique one. Well, don't mind the poison. But it's still 50 damage, and not just damage, but actually absorb health, which is lifesteal. Plus soul trap, plus drain fatigue and health. And even absorb magic. I'm not sure why I added it. I guess I just had a bit of space, so I shoved something. Nowadays I would do a bit differently, but I don't have an enchanting table here. Okay, so this stuff I can throw. Speaking of staves. Frost damage. Weakness to frost. Yeah, that's a good stuff. I should keep it. Because staves are good to eliminate especially tough enemies. Apostle dagger. Don't need. Stuff. Okay. From these items. So many. Let's go. Helmet of power, actually just random helmet. I'm just keeping all the unique helmets and showing them in my castle. Okay, that's already a lot of space freed, which is good. Oh, fine. Don't need to do much. then I guess I can just sleep till morning. Okay, so I need to find the beggar, give him sweet roll, take his common pants, and with common pants go find the gadget because I have all the items. And don't ask me why I have the thing in my bed. I have a hole in my bed. Oh, but I had a song as a rooster. Okay. Yeah, it's funny, there is this NPC here. The orc that walking with his dog hates cats and Khajiits. Khajiit always following him because Khajiit really like dogs. So he followed his dog. The orc always complain about that.
Yes,
okay, have
me
it.
and hungry. Got food? Sweet cakes? Sausages?
Wait a second, sweet cake sausage? So it doesn't... Can you...
Hungry. Want sweet roll?
Sweet roll,
Vivian
yes.
like pants.
Yes.
Love sweet roll.
I have a sweet roll. I've got a sweet roll.
Sweet roll good. Fimian give pants. Got pie? Apples? Fimian hungry.
So... I found the common pants. Oh yeah. Everybody needs some common pants in his knife. I found the last of the items that Azada requires. I should return them to her. Okay. What was the even reason behind this? I roughly remember, but let's renew. Azada believes the world is ending soon, so she is gathering supplies. She would like me to find 3 items she's still missing. The element of disintegration, which is literally destroy everything that you have on yourself if you equip it. The ring of desiccation. I actually don't remember what... Oh, it's allowing you to breathe under the water and stay on the water. And the common pants. That's some conflict. Okay, now I need to find her. I'm not entirely sure where she is actually. I think that she is actually walking. Yep.
Have you found anything for me?
Yeah. Here are your pants.
The pants. The calming pants. Finally. These pants are key to my survival.
I can totally dig it. But what do you need these pants for?
Isn't it obvious? Do you know the #1 reason people die in a catastrophe? Do you? They panic.
That makes sense.
Not me. No way. I'll be calm and collected with these pants on, ready for action.
Well, good for you. And here is the amulet of disintegration.
The Amulet of Disintegration. Thank you. It's one of the keys to my safety in the coming times.
But how are you supposed to use it? I mean, it will destroy all your gear.
Because when they come for me, I'm not going to let them have my stuff. No way.
Do you think it's the same way as some mortal players? Okay. Now, what about the ring? I brought it too.
The Ring of Desiccation. Perfect! It does everything I need it to. A wondrous piece of craftsmanship.
Well, yeah, but it's kinda useless because you sure can breathe on the water, but you cannot even be on the water because you're standing on the water.
Is it? Is it now? You can't be too careful.
You have a point. Well, I believe that was everything.
It is. It is. You've done so well. You deserve a reward. Let me teach you a special spell. It will affect all those around you.
Okay.
You might find it handy to cause confusion in your enemies. You know, when the time comes.
Yeah, when the time comes. And then the paranoia that the player's list. Okay. Tell me your wisdom, Ajada.
I'd buy my weapons at Cutter's. She has a way with blades.
Oh yeah.
Bye.
Bye. So what is the spell? All around me, it's probably cast on self or something. Although it's called Ajada's Paranoia, so it should be this one. Frenzy on touch, low 50, so it definitely work on everybody. And have 50 feet away. And for 10 seconds. So everybody will start killing each other. Okay. I mean, not the worst spell, but can only be used once a day. Quite automated spell if you think about this. Because you can run away while enemies just slicing each other. And definitely a unique spell, because it's a very powerful one. Although if only it would last like at least half a minute. Although even 10 seconds can help a lot. Okay, now it's time to return to Librarian and deliver the goodies to make the staff. Here it's enlightening. There's some movement on the other side, but nothing special. Well, I'm not sure. Don't see any issues around. Okay, so I can follow the way. Yeah, I need the quest. Active quest. Yeah. Actually, yeah, I already have it. Marker for whatever reason is gone. It should be... how it was called? Needwood Hollow? Oh, Knife Point Hollow. Yes, this one. That's quite close. I think I can go here. Last time did. Yeah. Sometimes the character refused to jump. Alright, that should be next snake if I'm not mistaken. So for now I can just run. And gladly for myself, I am already cleared all this territory not long ago. It should be safe to run. The question is what I need to do with the stuff eventually. Bagrat wanted for me to become him. Not sure about that. But I guess this just means that I need to defend the Isles. For him to not rebuild everything from scratch. Which makes total sense. I think in this tree. Just from the other side. Yep. That is it. Where is my torch? My torch is amazing. That's not the right way. Oh yeah. Or not. Was it this way? Yeah, I guess. The piece is still falling down. Nice.
You have the items. Contrary to all prediction. Once again, you defy the path set before you. However, what comes next is now unclear. If you wish to confront what is to come, I shall create the staff for you.
Well, it's not like I have a choice. Can you tell me more about these items? Why would you need this iron of Serta?
Staff of Sheogorath holds the secrets of this realm. As such, it requires a vessel that has witnessed dark secrets. Sirta has seen things with her eyes that no mortal has. Because of this, her eye will serve well to contain that which the staff must hold. Now that you have both components, I can remake the shell of the staff.
Okay. So... this Tree of Shades. I was dead there. This clone of mine was quite dangerous.
The roots of the Tree of Shades run into the heart of the Shivering Isles. It is said that the tree feeds from waters of the Grove of Reflection. The Grove can show men who they truly are. Now that you have faced the truth, the tree has given its branches to you. Combined with the Eye of Sirta, the shell of the staff can be remade.
So the truth that I'm extremely powerful and deadly, but can be reckless and die in a second. Okay. Sounds about right. Well, I need the stuff to stuff all this madness.
You possess the eye and the branch. Together they shall form the physical shape of the staff of Shealgoreth. After I shape them into the staff, you must take it to the seat of power in the Shivering Isles, the palace of Shealgoreth. There, imbue the staff with power from the font of madness. Soak the staff in the waters of the land, and it will open its full power to you. You have defied the expected and accomplished something that denies all logic. I must contemplate the error in my calculations. Now, take your treasure and leave me.
Okay. Oh, this is it? This is the stuff? Well, yeah, looks a bit different from others. Incomplete stuff of Shealgoreth. It's incomplete. No description. With the stuff of Shealgoreth now in my possession, I should make my way to the Tree of Madness in Shealgoreth's throne room. There I can tap into the tree's power and begin my transformation. I don't want to be transformed. But okay, it's not like I have a choice. Bye. Well, back to the city. Straight to the palace. Should be close. Yeah, this way. There should be some action after. And I don't even have the calming pens. What if I will panic? I don't need the torch anymore. I need to repair anything. Should I do? Okay. The story is slowly coming to its end. Well, grand finale, not just the end. And I have the main role in this mess. Like, this place is a good example of what can happen just out of curiosity. Getting yourself into such a mad story. At the same time, yeah, my goal was to close the portal. The portal could be dangerous. If I would know what it is, I would understand that portal actually not dangerous. But I couldn't know it for sure. Oh, it's technically dangerous, but only for a few people who willingly will go in. If we're not going in, it's absolutely fine. The local authorities even put the guards on nobody to come in. So it was already under control, actually. But okay, now I know more. Shealgoreth's palace. Well, yeah, that's the place. So this is the Tree of Madness. I don't pay attention to it. It was just, well, tree. Let's go.
Ah, you're back. You may have noticed that we have a bit of a problem.
You mean more crystals? Tell me more.
You're having a bit of fun with me. Very good. My lord, of course, noticed the font when you arrived in the palace? The font of madness? In the middle of the throne room? The font which is
No.
unaccountably covered with crystals.
Oh yeah, crystals, yeah. So, what's wrong with the font after that?
Order. The taint appeared only a short time ago, but it has spread quickly. I fear that soon we will all be serving a new master.
And by that you mean Jiggalag?
Yes. His agents must have found a way to poison the font with order. Once the source of madness becomes the font of order, Jiggalag is won.
Should I like shove the stuff there or something? Yeah, we actually so far beat him at every turn. Like, we should just shove the stuff and it should be fine, no?
This is true. Very little surprises me, but your successes against the advance of order have left me astonished. Speechless. Indeed, it is your very success that must have led Jiggalag to this unexpected avenue of attack. His usual approach is much less imaginative.
So how we're supposed to stop him then?
Somehow, the forces of order have
Yeah, it's
poisoned the
Nelson.
pools of mania and dementia that feed the tree. I suspect the traitor Syl. Jiggalag has never had an original thought in his existence. Be
Well,
that as
yeah.
it may, you will have to enter the fountainhead beneath the tree and find the source of the poison.
Oh, so there is a way down below. Okay. Well, yeah, it's definitely sure they did the same pretty much with Muskin Fountain. So apparently she would do it in other places. I guess she just like to drop something in fountains. But what's so special about the fountain itself?
The font flows with the sap of the Tree of Madness, which it draws up from deep beneath the palace. The fountainhead leads down to the pools of dementia and mania, where the insanity of the realm's inhabitants settles. Jiggalag's minions must have introduced order into the very wellspring of madness. You must cleanse the pools, or order has won the war.
Okay. How am I supposed to do it? And what about the fountainhead?
Sheogorath's private sanctuary, where he would often meditate amidst the tame gnarls that tend the roots. Normally, the fountainhead is a peaceful sanctuary, but there's no telling what changes the taint of order may have wrought. Now I fear that the gnarls themselves may be accelerating the spread of order throughout the tree's roots. Be careful.
Okay.
A glorious existence.
Yeah, gnarls are not that simple. That I already knew. Okay, what about the pedestals? One is still free. The other one filled with the prophetic deduction, volume 34,857. Can activate, but no. Can do anything special? Oh, okay. How am I supposed to go down? Some discoveries are crystal is not accessible. It should be somewhere, maybe behind? Oh yeah. This is the way. Going straight to the madness. Which probably means a random cave with a lot of narrows. Which means that I need to deal with them. Oh, poison works fine. In general, they're quite tough. So just poison and arrows. Yep, that works good. I witnessed a narrow move in the order crystals that were poisoning a door here in the fountainhead. It seems that the tame narrows here can halt the spread of order throughout the dungeon. Maybe we to use their help as well. Oh fuck. I just killed one. Okay, so they actually helpful. Sorry. Cultivator. Oh, damn it. So used to their hostility, yeah? Now Christianis. Are you friendly? Huh? Okay, he is. I've discovered a Chrysanis. It generates a tame narrow cultivator. Perhaps these narrows can help me hunt the spread of order throughout the fountainhead. Perhaps, but the thing already done for. Okay. Damn, you have so many eyes. Look at them. Very strange thing. Okay, where's my torch? Oh, I guess I need to bring as many as I can. These narrows are not friendly. And I know what happened with not friendly narrows. Damn the dead actually. And surprisingly I can disable the smaller narrows with blade. It might take to maintain enough of souls. Yeah, he's going no further. So I guess I need to clear his way. Actually, I shouldn't throw spells like this. I need to actually be sure that they are hostile. Are you a friendly narrow? Are you friendly narrow? Are you friendly? He is actually. He's a different one. He just ignored me. Okay. This one seems not so friendly. The crystals prevent from opening the door. I need them to actually remove the crystals. The party is stuck in one another. Come on, you can do it. Go, go, narrow. Go, go, narrow. He did his best, I guess. Trypophobia. Well, yeah. Some creatures here. In places. You're not friendly, narrow. Not friendly at all. Yeah, and not only not friendly, but also not that easily killable. But poison gets into everyone. Yeah, this one actually different. A bit. Spitting more friendly narrows. But doesn't seem like they're fighting each other. Seems like they just maintain the place and that's it. Are you the friendly narrow? No. Suspect that this one is not. This one I can open myself. Yeah, the question is how big this place is. We're going very deep.
Look! One more of the mad god's deluded followers.
He just sliding toward me. No. That's how poison works. Just as Haskell suspected, Jignak's priests are poisoned the roots of the Tree of Madness. I have cleansed one of the meaner pools, but I must find the pools of mania and dementia in order to save the tree. This is some kind of neutral pool. Damn, it was loud. Shard of Order, whatever that is. Guess the things that he used to poison, or maybe the things that they can use as a key to open their crystals. That's possible. Okay, which way to go? If this mineral pool might be somewhere in between of mania and dementia. Are you friendly now? Yeah, seems like it. Let's cultivator. Okay. Looks like it's two ways that lead to the same place. I get it. Then now I need to go, I guess, this way? Yeah, probably. That led me to the Fountainhead Pool of Mania. Okay. Well, narrows are not that dangerous. They're very slow. So quite easy to deal with. No spells. That's not always help them. So I just need to keep charges on my blade and I will be good. Which way? Well, true heroes always going right. Because they right, so, you know. The choice is apparent. Ring of Treachery. Damn, look at the stunts. Fortify. Acrobatics, Mercantile Knight, Around Security, Sneak, Speechcraft. Okay. Quite unique rings that boost in so many stunts, because you can add only one property on enchanted items. Yeah. You use a shard of water to open the door, so... Shard removed, so they one-time usage. I need to get more to open more doors like this. That actually looks already like a... No, it's not the fountain. Like it's glowing white. Oh, this one doesn't give a damn. He's stuck. Well, that's your problem now. Damn, poison getting them fast. I usually just shoot them without poisons, because, well, I thought the trees would not really be that vulnerable to poisons. But seems like poisons works very good. At the same time, I shouldn't shoot the ones that I'm not sure that they're hostile. This one I probably can't open. Yep. I need to continue my way then. Are you friendly? What to say? There's something down below. This one is not friendly. Poison arrow it is. If you're not friendly, then you just die. I don't have time to deal with them otherwise anyway. Really? Because there are a few crystals around, I cannot touch the hollow stem. For whatever reason. It doesn't make any sense, but okay. There's a bench to sit and, well, look at the hollow stem. I guess this now can open it. Come on, do your job. Must be something special in this one. Hey, can you not skip it? You just ignore it. Okay. Oh, I did my best. Are you friendly? He's supposed to be not friendly, I would say, but he is. What's going on? This guy just ignoring me. What the hell is going on here? Who's friendly, who's not? Are you friendly? I'm not entirely sure. It seems agitated. Ah, damn. Whoa. They throw silence on me. Are you happy with the result? You're getting violence for violence. Let's do dead gnarls. Maybe open the door on top, and maybe now coming for the hollow stone. Or maybe he's just chilling now. But this is still closed. Come on. Yay, thank you. Nothing special actually. What was it here? This guy seems chill. Are you also chill? Yeah, okay. By the way, I didn't add this one. Watcher's Eye. Watcher's Eye. What did I connect even? Didn't say any Watcher's Eye or whatever things. Oh yeah. Reflect spell. The fourth property. No, not that useful. This is a fountain. And this is a priest. With an arrow. That's two priests actually. First for you. Second, I missed. Whatever you say. There's another one. Is it? Is it Sil? Sil, is it here? Oh, it's just a priest. Why are you running? Oh! Okay, that's the reason why I'm using arrows. These guys can be dangerous, to say the least. When did I save last time? And I have 50% magic resistance. Didn't help. Ah, damn. Okay. Yeah, that's messy. Should save more often. I went to the right and found fancy ring. That's what I remember. Yeah, I should save regularly. Was there next? But yeah, actually some priests have this mega staves and they actually did, yeah. Okay, now I know that this guy is... Oh, that's not good. What's the sense? Yeah, it's doing so much damage actually. Okay, everybody getting poison arrow then. Screw that. Too risky. Yeah, this one is knocked. But at the same time I went the other way. So this one I don't even need really. I can go like this. Can you just stay? Thank you. also was hostile. Yeah, we should be more careful. What's wrong with this? It's actually dangerous. Okay, dropping poisonous. I think this one was friendly. This one wasn't. This also works actually. Doesn't remove the cover. Okay, whatever he did, I still need to continue to go forward. I need to get to the some crystals. To the priests. That would kill him. Didn't test the spell much. They absorb magic and become bigger. But at the same time they get invulnerability to other elements. So they kind of get a resistance to one element and bloating. But other elements start doing more damage. And this spell doing triple damage.
Thank you!
And the third one was the most dangerous because he actually have the stuff. Yeah, whatever you say. Oh, he's still behind the crystal. What's the stuff he used even? Killed the priest of water who had cursed the pool of mania. Now to cleanse the pool of dementia. Oof, so loud. Still stuff. Is it the same as they already had? Yeah, just 90 damage. How could 90 damage one-shot me? They definitely have a modifier on top of it. So I guess enemies have... Well, yeah, that makes sense, yeah. Damn. Oh yeah, they're doing like 4 or 5 times more damage, I think, so... That makes sense that one-shot me. How much HP I have? 208, and yeah, that's no chance to survive. Good evening, Brahmin Mika. By the way, the torch is bugged again. Because of course, because I died. From then there is a chance that it will be bugged. And everyone near every pool, there is a table with a couple of chairs. I guess for Shogaret and a servant. Shard of water, perfect. Now I have one more key. 2 more keys. Be more than enough. 29 yeah. That was quite a waste. I have one more, better not wasted. Do I have any way from here? Yeah, there is one. It's maybe just alternative road? Maybe not. You'll never know. It's gonna... How it was called? The Fountainhead. Yeah, that should be the central place. Are you friendly, huh? That's something. But yeah, he seems ignoring me. Alright, I just shouldn't kill them. The friendly ones. Are you friendly, huh? Activator, yeah, he is. The problem is I now have no idea where I am. I think... Or not? No, this is not the same way. I have no clue. Oh, that's where I need to go down. And that leads to the first pool. Yes. From the first pool, I went... Which I went this way, I think. And that led me to... Pool of Mania. So I would assume that to get to Pool of Dementia, I don't need to go through Pool of Mania. And to go the other way. This one I already noted. Yeah, hard to say. Didn't remember this Conan. This one is hostile. So whitish means that they're hostile. He's still quite tough. Are you friendly? They all became very active because of this Roadbender. It doesn't seem like they're ready to fight each other. And that's another small pool. Everybody getting poisoned. Another shard. Damn snout, but I would assume if from the first pool, first small pool, I went to the menu pool, this one might lead to Dementia. Wither and Moon, yes, the moon's changing. From yellow, which is Color of Mania. Rot Scale, what's Rot Scale? Paralyze, damage, health, silence. Pretty neat. Yeah, Rot Scale is good. I think he is not friendly. Closed door. Well, I have a key. I'm definitely on the right direction. There are crystals. Big crystals. Another pool, but I think a small one. I didn't even miss. Good for me. It's so incredibly loud. Why is the music is playing? This one is dead. Is it you who playing music? Whoa, you get pushed. No, this guy seems friendly. Are you friendly? Yeah, cultivator. That's confusing. Maybe by clearing fountains actually fix the gnarls and they become friendly. That's maybe why there are different types of them friendly. Okay. This way I assume? Yes. This is the right way. Of Dementia. This one hostile and this one probably not. I guess it's on normal way. The Dan from burning. This spell doing impact damage plus dot effect. Oh. Wait a second, what? That was the same one. He just teleported somehow. He was white. It's still hostile. Sucks to be on. Are you a friend there? Don't think it. Just an alternative route. Should go somewhere. Hard to say. Oh yeah. Where is now? Okay. Oh, he's... Yo, no. He's tagged. Come on. Okay. Hopefully I will not necessarily need him. Better not save for now. Greaves of the Foot Soldier. If only it would be a common palace instead. What it is, what it is. Yeah, this one I can open myself. And that might... yeah, that's lead me to Mania Pool. Oh, to Dementia Pool, I think. Yeah, that's the big one.
I suppose. Let them drink their fill of order.
No laughing around. Not on my watch. Through the third priest. I missed. Such a waste of poisons, actually. But I don't want to risk and catch a lightning that will one-shot me. And there's still left. She seems to don't want to go too close.
So, the bloody-handed Duchess comes to claim another victim. You may find me rather harder to kill than poor...
That we'll see about that. Apotheosis?
For innocent Thaden.
Why did you stack? I actually didn't even need the stuff. She just died from poison. Okay. Yeah, this poison is amazing. It's double damage poison. I think. In any case, all those points have double triple effect that I made last time. I've killed the priests of order who had cursed the pool of dementia. The traitor's seal was among them. Now that I've cleansed both pools that feed the font of madness, I should be able to imbue the staff of Shagrat with power. Yeah, that's all the damage that they do to me. Destroying my ears. Another priest robe. And that's it. Never shatter. 5 talents. That's a very unique hammer. Weakness to shock, 45 damage. It's quite average stats actually. I mean, it's probably have insane stats in terms of blunt damage, but I don't have skill, so for me it doesn't look anyhow special. Definitely looks, well, unique. But no thanks. What's what the stuff is doing? Doing nothing, I suppose, until I show it somewhere. Well, at least I'm done with Duchess left. Another crystal stuff. Damn, this priest was not dead. He just took everything from the... I don't know, warehouse or whatever they get in these days. And soul gems. So wait a second. I should be able to imbue the stuff shard with power. Yeah, but I guess I need to return back on the surface to the palace where I will be able to use a local fountain. Well, at least I got a lot of free agents here. It's a good thing. Yeah, that should be back to the main part. The question is, where is the exit? Also, North's probably friendly now. Oh, this leading up? I would assume that I need to go up. Somehow. That's still leading up. Chakrat's palace. Yep, I was right. This is the correct way. Well, no need for the torch anymore, I suppose.
At this time, you have enough to go on. Now get back to it.
So friendly. Well, I cleansed the fountainhead.
With the pools cleansed, the font of madness will soon be restored. There's no time like the present to finish your journey towards godhood.
I don't really wanna be a god or anything.
Live to serve.
Alright, Font of Madness. I have immersed my stuff in the Font of Madness. I have gained the power of Chakra. Did I? I don't feel anything special.
My lord, our Mazel Zuda sent me to find you. She requests your immediate assistance.
Aren't we happy? So, what does our Mazel Zuda want?
I don't know, my lord. She only said it was a matter of the gravest import to the security of the realm.
Okay.
One of your military minions was looking for you. It sounded urgent, but I'm afraid I don't know the details.
No, nobody knows the details.
If only we could speak more often.
So, what about the stuff? Is it now mega stuff? Where is it even? Stuff of Shagrat. Voice of Shagrat and target. Whatever that does. Might be deadly. Better not use it. But better keep it close. Oh.
My lord, I'm glad to see you. We have a developing situation that requires your attention.
What is it? Our muzzle?
Order. An obelisk has activated just outside the palace. I've ordered my Orioles to engage the enemy. I expect that this is the beginning of the final assault. The cursed usurper Jigalag himself may even take the field before the end. What are your orders, my lord?
Well, I will lead the attack myself, maybe, or not. Yeah, just attack with all your strength, I suppose.
With pleasure, my lord. My Orioles will gladly die in your service.
Please don't. Although they will respawn anyway, so yeah. That's why they're so happy. They're anyway immortal. Okay.
Kneel before the saints.
Yeah, that kind of worked, but didn't work. I just died for one shot. Yeah, the topest of the night, they always one-shotting. Which is quite frustrating, to say the least. It's frozen everybody, huh? Okay, well, that works. Now Obelisk should be vulnerable. Oh, now I just need to survive. Okay. No Priston. No Priston. Can I fetch the crystal?
Who's there? Huh?
Suspecting something. Okay, both crystals destroyed. Get him! Get him, I said. Oh, the vengeance.
But you are no Daedric.
Are you sure about that? I have a stuff of sugar. Okay, he's immune to this effect, whatever that is. That's some commander. Or maybe the Jiggernaut himself. I don't know how he is supposed to even look like. It's some deadly gunner. No, they're not. Oh, this knight didn't have Avaira. Okay, now I saved in some safety. Alright, you wanna play with staves? Let's play with staves. Okay, he won. Damn, this Avaira is quite deadly. I would say poisons probably will be more effective. Because like this I can't normally see him. Okay, what do we have? Kinda casting himself without the stuff, so I would assume if I will silence him, he will not be that cocky. Go. Something just deadlier. Yeah. Savage Frost. Northwind. Even more damage. Okay. No. It's not. On the other hand, we'll lighten up him, so we'll be able to see him. Well. I need proper poison. Anti-mage poison. Yeah, this is have quarter effect. Should be a good one. Yeah, it's actually Jiggernaut. This bow can react faster than he can.
As it always does. Order shall reign.
Whatever you say. Now there's some big head spawned.
Enough! I am beaten. The Grey March is ended.
Are you sure about that?
For millennia, this drama is unfolded, and each time, I have conquered this land, only to be transformed back into that gibbering fool, Sheogorath. It was not always so. Once I ruled this realm, a world of perfect order. My dominion expanded across the seas of Oblivion with each passing era. The other princes, fearful of my power, cursed me with madness, doomed me to live as Sheogorath, a broken soul reigning in a broken land. Once each era, I was allowed my true form, conquering this world anew. And each time I did, the curse was renewed, damning me to exist as Sheogorath. Now, though, you have ended
the cycle. You now hold the Mantle of Madness, and Gigalag is free to roam the voids of Oblivion once more. I will take my leave, and you will remain here, mortal. Mortal, king, god. It seems uncertain.
I don't wanna be God.
This realm is yours.
How about now?
Perhaps you will grow to your station. Fare thee well, Sheogorath, Prince of Madness.
Amazing. Jignak has spoken to me and told me the Grey March is ended and the forces of Order have retreated. Haskell will like and know how I should proceed. Can I make Haskell a new Sheogorath? He seems friendly guy. Because I certainly don't want to be him. I mean, it's kind of the chance to fix this place. But damn, it needs a lot of work. On the other hand, I have Muskans and Golden Saints. I surely should be ready to help if anything.
How may I serve you, Lord?
However you like. Okay, let's go in. Let's see about Haskell. I mean, I could call him, but that's rude, I would say. Go myself.
You've done it! Well done, Lord Sheogorath. I never doubted you for a moment. Now, of course, there is business to attend to. As you have assumed the mantle of Sheogorath, there are matters that deserve your attention. As Lord of this realm, there are a number of benefits to which you are entitled, as well as a number of duties to which you must attend.
Are you sure about that? Can I just make you Sheogorath or something? What's my duties?
Your first duty is to attend to the needs of your subjects. You will find that there are constant threats to the residents of the Isles. Your job is to protect them, either by dealing with the matter yourself, or sending your armies to take care of it for you.
I just defended the damn Rio and I need to defend it again?
Residents of Felmore have complained of creatures encroaching on their lands. Perhaps you might be of some help, time permitting.
That's... we'll see. Just send guards as they immortal anyway.
As you wish, my lord. I'll see that a contingent of dark seducers is sent to the settlement.
Perfect. What's the benefits even?
You may request any of the Golden Saint or Dark Seducer escorts at the castle to accompany you. They will defend you to the death. You may also summon entertainment to your throne room. Your predecessor found this most invigorating. Speak with me if you wish entertainment. You also have the ability to affect the weather in your realm. As it is an extension of yourself, it will often have an effect on you as well. You also have the benefit of Sheogorath's protection. Cast this upon yourself, and if your life is threatened, you will be returned to your castle. Many of these abilities, Lord, are rooted in the magics of the Isles. Should you choose to leave this realm, they will not likely function.
Amazing. I don't want to be stuck here, really. Well, I guess he means that, yeah, I will not be able to use the abilities outside, which is fine. You mentioned some entertainment.
You wish entertainment, my lord?
I'm not sure. Not sure. Not at the moment.
Of course, sire.
Amazing. I don't want to be Sheogorath. Court healer?
Are you injured, Lord? Do you require my services?
I don't know. You tell me. You're a doctor of sorts. Tell me now.
Of course, Lord.
Okay, that is most helpful. Well, okay, she is a good benefit actually. Alright.
Always a pleasure.
Amazing. Okay. Sure, it's Regania. Alright, surprised me. 45 personality, 45 luck and speechcraft. Okay. And what, I'm supposed to sit here for eternity? I already bored. No thanks.
Yes, is there something you require?
Something definitely exists. What about Defense Realm?
Felmore can still use your assistance, assuming you can find time in your schedule.
Homer? Oh yeah, but I already sent the guards. I guess they can deal with this on its own. Alright, show me the entertainment part.
You wish entertainment, my lord?
Yeah, yes please.
As you wish.
I don't feel myself entertained so far. Dancer. I guess I should be here or something. Alright, she came to sit here. I can see how he was bored as hell and just wanted some entertainment, as a real entertainment, because this is not an entertainment. This is terrible.
You wish an escort, Lord?
No?
As you wish. I stand at the ready.
Okay. Good for you.
You wish an escort, Lord?
No, I guess wrong.
As you wish. I stand at the ready.
Exciting. Okay. So that's it, really? Yeah. I didn't agree to kill them. This quest is weird. So yeah, pretty much it. Pretty much it. There are a few fetch quests left. And I guess infinite amount of problems with... yeah, it's not even the quest of Defender's Realm. It's just... yeah, Felmor. I can go there, probably there will be a few, I don't know, random creatures attacking it, and that's it. Well, now I know more. So Shogirat is actually pretty much a person. Well, it was the same person all this time on, as far as I understand. But now the cycle is broken, and now I'm new Shogirat. But there was Shogirat, as far as I remember, in Skyrim. I don't remember how he looked like, but I think they used pretty much the same person. Does it mean the Sheer Niles is not a canon? Oh, hard to say. Oh, play Skyrim, I will need to pay attention to it. But yeah, it's pretty much done. We actually done with the game pretty much. I don't know what else to do. I mean, there are some books to read, some more lore books. Surely it's possible to infinitely run through dungeons and stuff, but different quests and things are done already. Well, I guess time to gather items and go back to Cyrodiil. There are a couple of statues that I could visit. Like one of them, for example, needed level 20, and I exactly got it on these isles. Okay, let's recheck the quest. So Dunbarokov is just DLC for the cave with pirates that I don't need, and I cleared it. Thievery is thievery. I'm not a thief. I admit I stole a sweet roll, but I put the flawless Robbie there, so I am not a thief. This one to help two thieves, and I need to be in jail for that, and I definitely don't want to help them to get their money, so screw them. Sanguine want to ruin the party of that's very important for Countess of Neaven, so I definitely don't want to do it. Dipscorn, hold on, well, now with my reputation I shouldn't be afraid of reaction of nobles, because mostly they should be afraid of me, but still not a good thing to do. Dipscorn Hollow, same as Dunbrook Cave, it's just vampire type of dungeon that you can get for yourself and improve it, I suppose, to have a lair, proper assassin's lair. House and Skingred, well, just a house. I not necessarily need to buy every single house, I don't even need them. I have a castle. Clavicus Vial, yeah, this one needs level 20. That I can visit. The arena. Yeah, arena pretty much already dealt with the champion even without willing to do so. Getting bonuses from this Grey Prince passives. So, and I definitely don't wanna kill just for money. Not some random people, because some of them were friendly. Frostcrack Spire. I bought everything that was possible, and I think the quest is bugged, or maybe something will appear on high level, I don't know. In any case, not interested. It's just a house. Accidents happen. This is Brotherhood quest, second one that's stacked. Well, it's not stacked, it works, but I don't want to do it. I went to kill all the Brotherhood, but they were essential, so I cannot kill them. And I definitely don't want to be assassin and kill random people. First one was at least about pirates, and pirates, well, deserve to be treated badly, I would say. Sugared. Yeah, Sugared want to ruin life of the whole settlement. Wanted. I'm kinda curious how this would play out now. Because I am the Sugared now. But in any case, yeah. As a new Sugared, I refuse to do so. My work is now done. I think I need to gather like 100 calipers and tongs, which is in theory possible through many hours of grind, but I'm not interested. Antipode Hammer, it's just crafting everything from Matrix as well. It's just same from using mods, it's just infinite adventuring and this infinite dungeons that respawn all the time and were randomly generated, so not interested. I gathered as much as I could on the way, the rest is just randomly generated. The Great Divine. The Great Academy spent. I didn't, but yeah, this is actually a quest. But I don't want to do it because let the people leave. Why would I need it? So pretty much that's it. Not much more I can do right now. I can read books, yeah, because some lore left, but that's pretty much it. Like the game is done. Except for one quest of the shrine. I could check other shrines. That's one more thing that I can do. Because I remember was one shrine with tentacles. The god of... the Daedric Prince of Knowledge, I think it was. Not sure what levels he need, but I definitely couldn't accept it back then. Although I didn't even get the quest, maybe I can interact with that. But I remember having the shrine. Can I switch to the other map? I guess only if I will go myself. Well, it's time to leave this place then. The question is how to carry all the goodies. We have too many of them. No, they'll dead here. Whole place is in ruins. And corpses. I also don't see any quest here to fix the realm. I can't really rule it or whatever, which is understandable so. Well, let the people leave, I would say. They don't need any sugar. If anything, Haskell can always teleport to me and tell me that they need some help. Outside of it, I definitely can just leave the place. And go back to my castle. Which make total sense. For now I didn't decide yet, but probably I can return and play from time to time this. But will I want to? I don't know for now. Let's do the reading part. We have few books left here. Let's read them. I need to craft the ore sets. Let's get all the lore at least. Because yeah, the game coming to its end. Like volume 1, like how many volumes of this arrow? Like probably some books are hidden just in houses and you need to bump randomly in any random houses that don't have any anything like no quest or anything. You just need to run there Maybe if you would be a thief, you could get there to steal something, you could bump into some books and find more lore. That's hard to say. But in any case, I already read, I don't know how much, but a lot of books. That's for sure. Okay, I'm curious about this one. This was in this torture tower that was built by previous Grad. But they sent adventurers to die or go crazy. And the group that was sent there to test pretty much this place only orc survived till the end. And let's see, that's his journal of his adventure party. Third Rain's Hand, 3rd era, 431. And by the way, now it's logically 4th era. Is it? Oh, it's counting the game, because it's technically a 4th era now. No, it still counts like 434. Pretty much 3rd era ends with this game. Skyrim is already in 4th era. Some years later, I don't remember how many years after. So, we were finally able to convince that idiot rogue Levin that it was time to give up that strong box of money he stole from Lena's quality merchandise and anvil and ditch it outside the castle. All the heat he brought on the group was starting to shave. Sandenos pretty much set him down and made him to do it, because I was ready to put my foot in his face. I know he's a rogue, but we adventurers, we get our loot from raiding old crypts and ruins and places that ain't got guards. He can be a real horse ass sometimes, I'll tell you. 9 days later. What a bad Fredas we had. We hit what was left of old Fort Wario, and after slaughtering a bunch of no-good murderers and grabbing their loot, made our way north. We came to the ruins of Trambea. Sandelius said they were alien or some kind of old civilization, but all I cared about was how loaded with gold they were. He said usually they were, so in we went. What a mistake. The place was crawling with skeletons and ghosts. Those things give me the creeps. How can I fight something that ain't even alive? Owen took a few good hits and had to pop all his potions. Sandelius broke his arm when a trap almost crushed him to death, and I got a nice nasty scar across my forehead. Close call. Best of all, when we got to the treasure hoard, Lewin was out of lockpicks. Why do we even keep him with us? We had to drag the damn container out of Trambea and all the way back to Camp Patrana. Now I'm sitting here, staring at a stupid metal box, wishing I could use Lewin's head to bash it open. What a dolt. Next day. After a night of deciding whether or not to snap off Lewin's legs and use them as firewood, I sent Sandenas and Lewin to Edward to buy more lockpicks while guarding the box. They came back in a few hours and Lewin picked the lock in the first try. Good thing too, I was still pretty mad at the guy. I don't like sitting around all day. Anyway, Sandenas got all excited when he saw something wrapped up in some sort of fancy cloth. Inside the cloth was a bunch of stuff, but the best was the sword. What a beauty! Blade looks like a mouth with teeth, handle like golden snakeskin, and the gem in the middle of it. A perfect fiery orange and red. Like the sky dawn. Sanderos was going crazy, and I asked him what was all the noise for. He told me it was like a Avaira or something like that, and made by the snake people or the Sayasi or whatever. Sanderos says Sayasi starts with a T, just now when he saw me writing this. But that doesn't make any sense. Sayasuke. Fine. There, I wrote it. By the night. Sanderos is noisy sometimes. Well, anyway, the best way yet to come. Right as the sun was setting, the sword vanished from... Right as the sun was setting, the sword vanished for a moment, and was suddenly replaced by another weapon that looked almost the same, but the gem on it was deep blue and purple. They said he was certain that at dawn it would change back to the orange and red gem. Well, this was good enough for me. That alone made the sword the best thing I had ever seen. Levin muttered something about like Avaira magic, but I told him to shut up. I decided to call the sword Dawnfang when it was orange and red, and Duskfang when it was blue and purple. Yeah, so far this book actually looks like some average random adventure in D&D. Of some adventure party in D&D. Because you find quite unique weapons, you doing some dumb mistakes, like someone from your party luring the whole group into troubles. And of course you don't have any lockpick or whatever means to solve the final puzzle or deal with some treasure or whatever. So it sounds about right. Okay. Next 3 days. Things are getting better and better with my new sword in these last few days. I found out Dawnfang is a fire blade and Duskfang is a frost blade. Handy for extra killing power. But the best was what I found out when a monitor decided to jump us and I landed the killing blow. I heard a voice in my head. Or maybe a thought? I don't know. It was weird. But it felt like the sword knew it had just killed the monitor, like it was counting on something. It felt that maybe it was just tired, but after tearing through a camp of bandits, it kept counting. After the 12th kill, it told me its thirst was satisfied. At least, I think it told me. Then it stopped. The dealer said it's possible the sword was a blood drinker. My kind of sword. But he didn't know what would happen. It didn't take that long to find out. When dusk came around and the blade changed, I almost fell off the campfire log. The new blade was still Duskfang, but it somehow seemed stronger. I could just tell. I couldn't wait to try it out. I ran right out and looked for something to kill. Didn't take long to come across a few of the stupid imps. Sure enough, not only did it do more frost damage than normal, but also I could feel the energy from the creature transferred to me every time I hit it. What a weapon this was. Yeah, Duskfang Superior. That's what I call it. Sometimes I amaze even myself. Sandeno said he was sure Duskfang would blood drink too, and I could power up Duskfang with it. I spent all night looking for 12 things to kill, and when the sun came up, he was right. Duskfang Superior is to be this one's name. It's like having 4 blades in one. 17th to 19th Rinsen. Well, pretty much the next 3 days. It's been the most fun I have ever had in my life, cutting a bloody path across the ruins of Cyrodiil with my new double sword. Sandelius and Lewin are even more confident now that we have such a powerful weapon among us. We've gathered tons of loot in the last 3 days, but nothing compares to this. We're going to head north and explore the area around Nibin Bay today. I hope that something else like this turns up on our adventures. Then I'm going to retire. Yeah, the moment you're thinking about retirement, then no retirement for adventures. But he mentioned this blade. Damn, I dropped the book. So the blade was this one. Dumping. It looks very weird and too buffus for my taste. But interesting properties that he mentioned. Yeah, now it's night and Duskfang. He didn't lie. Nourish blade and strike, that's what it means. So I can actually improve it. You just need to slice 12 things and it will become stronger. Question is how many times it can improve. Okay. Interesting one. The problem is I already loaded with goodies. Too many goodies. Far too many goodies. Alright. What else do we have? Living Woods. That should be... I'm pretty positive that's probably about Gnarls. It's a very short one actually. Yeah, it's about Gnarls. There's 3 walking things. The Gnarl is a creature of the forest like no other. Away from the walls of New Shield, they're called the walking trees. Narrow are known for their affinity with the elements. If an arrow is struck by elemental force of fire, frost or shock, it uses that energy to grow stronger and larger. Fortunately, this effect only lasts for a short time. It is the wheel of chagrin that the narrow confuse and bewilder the very mage. That end, it gains resistance. Yeah, it's absolutely the same copy-pasted from Monster Book. Yep, it's all the same. If there's anything additional here. More is not known about the narrow than is known. No one has been able to determine the gender of narrow, or if they even have them. Young or immature narrow have never been seen. One academic suggested that narrow are born full formed from trees and that are struck by lightning. This absurd suggestion has not been confirmed. I think that's how it was ended in Monster Manual. Similarly, we have no knowledge of their diet or social habits. Presumably they feed directly from the sun and earth, like trees do. There are no reported cases of them communicating even among each other. However, they do seem to have a truce of sorts with other woodland creatures such as Benawok and Elytra. Well, that's not something special, it's done. What else do we have here? Liturgy of Affliction, what is this? A collection of the writings of Vexus Valron, transcribed by Agnes Gale. What's so special about this? Dearest reader, the tome that you hold in your hand is a chronicle of pain, of torment, and of discovery. In these memoirs, I shall impart to you an autobiography of a foolish and failed attempt to achieve a great power. Walk with me as I break the bonds of propriety, throw all the restraints of the ancient laws of the arcane, cast aside the bonds of magical ethics. Oh, I already read this one. Let be known for you, loyal readers, that I remain until my dying moment, student of Magica, yeah. Yeah, the guy that tortured himself with distraction magic and achieved, well, more power, but screw up himself. I must have wrapped in sleeping bandages, never to know pleasure again. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. He experienced all sorts of pain by destroying his own body with distraction magic and absorbing more and more power. No, I already read this one. Falconry, yeah. Some things I gathered 6 Court to Madness. I read one of the volumes, but I found 2 more, and who knows how many of them in summary then. Because at least 12 seems like it. The limits are the rate. Yeah. So many books. Hands of Fenrir, Bark and Sub. Is it also about this tree thing? The root system and the ecology and culture of the Narrow. Culture of the Narrow, okay. More information about them after all. Despite the other book that mentioned that nothing known about the social aspects and other things, this book seems covering everything. The root system and the ecology and culture of the Narrow. Disclaimer. The editors wish to express that the views contained herein belong on... Oh, I read this one at the very beginning when I entered this place. Yes. Yeah. This all... the game made the theory that this tree-like things actually sucking the life out of dementia side of the Isles to mania. And tested it by showing it one of them into water with paint. So yeah, that I already read. But I didn't read. Particularly I didn't read, but I'm not really interested, but it's very short one. Okay, let's read it. Louder and Cinda Matios. Many things. Wet things and dry things. Things from plants, things from animals, things from stone and sky, and tree, and man and mare. So many beautiful things for potions, all of them there for the taking, waiting to be plucked and put to use. Grind me, take my essence and turn me into something new, something wonderful. They cry out to me. I have given my life to find so many of the wondrous things of Tamriel, and now the things that lie beyond. The realm of the Mad God, dangerous and beckoning, has so many new things to offer that I have trembled with excitement over it. I stopped to take note of what I have found, so that I may not forget it in the coming days when I spend my time searching, mixing, and discovering. The apprentice will find that marrow from the shambles and fins from skeletons merge to make a deadly poison that strikes at once very hard, damaging the health of those who ingest it. Many a blade did I sink into wet flesh and dry bone to learn this, but what I have found pleases me. Flame stalks and the very essence of flesh utterlings can be mixed by even a novice to counter the damage, as one can drink a potion made from this too to feel healthy again. The expert may find that rather than risk himself against those walking monstrosities, the skeleton maw can be used instead. Oh yeah, health potions. For Magicka, and without Magicka where would I stand now, the ichor of an elytra can be mixed with Withering Moon by a novice or Thornhook by a journeyman. No explorer in the Shivering Isles should venture forth without looking for these. The Tunnel for Hunger, by itself a marvel of anatomy, can be eaten to cure poisons or matched with Withering Moon to cure disease. Imagine eating the ton of horror, of hunger, like they look so disgusting. I can't help but wonder what disease would be so dire as to risk one's life against the hunger. Yeah, it should be something nasty. I have been most pleased to find that the expert alchemist, rot scale and worm's head scabs can be mixed to paralyze one's enemies. This has proven most useful in extracting ingredients from the Isle's less cordial residents. So she just paralyzed them. Well, probably still kill them. Well, this is done. 2 books left. The Ravens of Fenrir. Okay, let's check this one. The following pieces were gathering from the outer cell shortly before his untimely death at his own hands. My. Written primarily on bedsheets and the bare stone of his floor, using only his own bodily fluids for ink. Some of the transcriptions represent the editor's best guesses at the author's true intent. Mother said there was no reason, it's just the way it is. Mother lies. I can see rain, I can feel rain, I can only feel wind. Someone is hiding. If I walk through the forest, the birds stop singing. They're talking about me, I'm sure of it. They're just too scared to do it to my face. Boat, moat, code, float, god, note, road. Sacred name, sacred name, sacred name. He touches me when I'm not looking. This is some notes of madness. Sometimes I hear the people talking about their days. They talk about family, and the weather, and yesterday, and tomorrow. They say what a good day it was, and how was your day, and have a nice day. I say, talk, talk, talk. How can you enjoy your day when you share it with everyone? Time is a private thing. The dragon hides it from us all, parsing it out in drips and drabs. Save your time. Save your time. I keep mine locked up tight, when no one can find it, not even him. Hold me now. Rock me gently. My tears burn in the air. Don't jinx it. Don't jinx it. Hold your breath and big one now. One last gasp and we are done. He talks all the time, but his words are useless. Talking. Let's talk. Never doing. Always talking. Words become meaningless. They float in the air, dissipate like passes gas. Make him stop talking. Make him stop talking to me. Always take care when dealing with women. They see things we do not. A smile, a glance. They mean nothing to us, everything to them. They twist their smiles to meet our own. They avert the gaze just so. Watch them closely. They rule the world. They just don't know it. Am I indecisive? Yes and no. They came to bring me food today. I ate it. Though I know it was poisoned. They lace it with black flour and edgelord. They think it keeps me quiet, sedate. I know better. Sometimes I chew up the bread and spit it into the corners of my cell. No one notices, and the rats eat it after a time. It keeps them quiet, sedate. When I eat the rats, the poison is more dilute, and I gain their memories. I don't believe it's fair that I'm forced to deal with the stupid, or the obtuse, or the pedantic. Yet they give me rules, like go here and do that, and eat this and kill that. They don't know that I know their names. Eventually, I'll get to them, and I'll make the rules. Just you wait and see. Gods, gods come and go, but all lords eventually fall. A god can wake up mortal. If I learn from my mistakes, we eventually stop making them. Is there a balance I can achieve? A perfect harmony with myself? Shall I take that point where there are no more mistakes to be made? All the lessons learned? When that happens, do we die? Do we become gods? Do the gods even want us? Maybe our dogs go outside deliberately. Maybe a decision gets overly deliberate. Might the dream grow overly demented? Who knows, who knows, who knows. Stories are for children dreamers. Poetry is for weaklings and madmen. Epics glorify the vile and vilify the glorious. Read minds, not words. I think it's time to go. He's still in my head, but I think he might leave if I'm quiet. Shh. That's so weird. That's pure madness. Well, yeah. Whoever was this Fenrir? And the last but not least, The Black Arrow. Part 1 by George Jean. Well, that should be some kind of story, I suppose. I was young when the Duchess of Wada hired me as an assistant footman at her summer palace. My experience with the ways of their titled aristocracy was very limited before that day. There were wealthy merchants, traders, diplomats, and officials who had large operations in Eldenwood, and ostentatious palaces for entertaining, but my relatives were all far from those social circles. There was no family business for me to enter when I reached adulthood, but my cousin heard that an estate far from the city required servants. It was so remotely located that there were unlikely to be many applicants for the positions. I walked for 5 days into the jungles of Onewood before I met a group of riders going my direction. There were 3 Bosmer men, 1 Bosmer woman, 2 Breton women, and a Dunmer man, adventurers from the look of them. "Are you also going to Moliva?" asked Prolissa, one of the Breton women, after we have made our introductions. "I don't know what that is," I replied. "I'm seeking a domestic position with the Duchess of Wada." "I'll take you to her gate," said the Dunmer Mason Ekin, pulling me up to his horse. "But you would be wise not to tell her grace that students from Moliva escorted you. Not unless you don't really want the position, his service." Ekin explained himself as we rode on. Moliva was the closest village to the Duchess' estate, where a great and renowned archer had retired after a long life of military service. His name was Higham Master, and though he was retired, he had begun to accept students who wished to learn the art of the bow. In time, when word spread of the great teacher, more and more students arrived to learn from the master. The Breton woman had come down all the way from the western reach of High Rock. Ekin himself had journeyed across the continent from his home near the great volcano in Morrowind. He showed me the ebony arrows he had brought from his homeland. I had never seen anything so black. "From what we heard," said Capella, one of the Bosmer men, "the Duchess is an Imperial whose family has been here even before the Empire was formed, so you might think that she was accustomed to the common people of Onewood. Nothing could be further from the truth. She despised the village, and the school most of all." "I suppose she wanted to control all the traffic in her jungle," laughed Pranisa. I accepted the information with gratitude and found myself dreading more and more my first meeting with the intolerant Duchess. My first sight of the palace through the trees did nothing to assuage my fears. It was nothing like any building I had ever seen in Wynwood. A vast edifice of stone and iron, with a jagged row of battlements like the jaws of a great beast. Most of the trees near the palace had been hewn away long ago. I could only imagine the scandal that must have caused, and what fears the Bosmer peasants must have had of the Duchy of Water to have allowed it. In their stand was a wide grey-green moat circling and ring around the palace, so it seemed to be on a perfect, if artificial, island. I had seen such sights in tapestries from High Rock and the Imperial Province, but never in Homeland. "There'll be a guard at the gate, so we'll leave you here," said Akin, stopping his horse in the road. "It'd be best for you if you weren't damned by association with us." I thanked my companions and wished them good luck with their schooling. They rode on and I followed on foot. In a few minutes' time, I was at the front gate, which I noticed was linked to tall and ornate railings to keep the compound secure. When the gatekeeper understood that I was there to inquire about a domestic position, he allowed me past and signaled to another guard to cross the open lawn to extend the drawbridge and allow me to cross the moat. There was one last security measure, the front door, an iron monstrosity with a water count of arms across the top, reinforced by more strips of iron and a single golded keyhole. The man standing guard unlocked the door and gave me passage into the huge gloomy grey stone palace. Her Grace greeted me in her drawing room. She was thin and rigid like a reptile, cloaked in a simple red gown. It was obvious that she never smiled. Our interview consisted of a single question. "Do you know anything about being a junior footman in the employment of an imperial noblewoman?" Her voice was like ancient leather. "No, Your Grace." "Good. No servant ever understands what needs to be done, and I particularly dislike those who think they do." You engaged. Life at the palace was joyless, but the position of junior footman was very undemanding. I had nothing to do on most days except to stay out of the Duchess' sight. At such times, I usually walked 2 miles down the road to Moliva. In some ways, there was nothing special or unusual about the village. There are thousands of identical places in Wynwood, but on the hillside nearby was Master Master's Archery Academy, and I would often take my luncheon and watch the practice. President Lakin would sometimes meet me afterwards. Lakin, the subjects of conversation very seldom strayed far from archery. Though I was very fond of him, I found Pralissa a more enchanting companion, not only because she was pretty for a Breton, but also because she seemed to have interest outside the realm of marksmanship. "There's a circus in High Rock I saw when I was a little girl called the Quill Circus," she said during one of our walks through the woods. "They've been around for as long as anyone can remember. You have to see them if you ever can. They have plays and sideshows and the most amazing acrobats and archers you've ever seen. It's my dream to join them someday when I'm good enough." "How will you know when you're good enough, archer?" I asked. She didn't answer, and when I turned, I realized that she had disappeared. I looked around, bewildered, until I heard laughter from the tree above me. She was perched on a branch, grinning. "I may not join as an archer, maybe I'll join as an acrobat," she said. "Or maybe as both. I figured that Wynwood would be the place to go to see what I could learn. You've got all those growth teachers to imitate and the trees here. Those ape men." She caught up, bracing her left leg before springing forward on her right. In a second, she had leaped across to a neighboring branch. I found it difficult to keep talking to her. "The aim came in?" I stammered. "Aren't you nervous out that height?" "It's a cliché, I know," she said, jumping to an even higher branch. But the secret is not to ever look down. Would you mind coming down? I probably should anyhow, she said. She was a good 30 feet up now, bouncing herself, arms outstretched on a very narrow branch. She gestured towards the gate, just barely visible in the other side of the road. This tree is actually as close as I want to get to your Duchess Palace. I held back a gasp as she dove off the branch, somersaulting until she landed on the ground, knees slightly bent. That was the trick, she explained, anticipating the blow before it happened. I expressed to her my confidence that she would be a great attraction of the Quill Circus. Of course, I know now that never was to be. On that day, as I recall, I had to return earlier. It was one of the rare occasions when I had work of a sort to do. Whenever the Duchess had guests, I was to be at the palace. That is not to say that I had any particular duties, except to be seen standing at attention of the dinner room. The stewards and maids worked hard to bring in the food and clear the plates afterwards, but the footmen were purely decorative, a formality. But at least I was an audience for the drama to come. I guess something happened next, but someone second volume that who knows where to get. Guess I didn't find it anywhere. Well, can be found I guess in random dungeons eventually. But yeah, that's a lot of books that was written. Okay, time to go to Cyrodiil. Let's play it. Doesn't look that fancy. If I'll take the torch. Yeah, I guess I can see it better. I remember he mentioned the voice of it. Well, maybe reasonable to use that and see. But I don't like how it looks. It's too buffers. Okay. I have too many things. Yeah, and some of them extremely heavy. Yeah, that's some sense. Items. Well, I can use a spell to get there. Better maybe to drop some things after all. Just too many items. I have 3 of the staves now. Which are pretty good staves, but that's kinda it. Oh, whatever, I should use this. Do I have feather potion? Yes, I do. Well, time to leave this place. Also, by the way, Mortar Pestle, Spark Concentrator. And definitely good ones. Probably the best ones I can get. Or maybe they're master ones, but I never encountered them. So, there is one quest left on Cyrodiil. With a statue, I can try to do it. I think Lamicos Vial was... Well, I don't remember actually how bad or good it is. Maybe he's not too terrible. The question is how to actually return. I guess I should go through this, but... Door to Cyrodiil, yeah, this is the way. You want to travel? I won't, but I probably can't. Actually, I can. So fast travel works on the islands. It's funny, because the mod forbids this to use outside of this place, but here actually I can do it. Well, good for me, I suppose. Not for superior rules and equip on the player. Why it's superior? I didn't kill with him. Let's degrade back to normal Dunfang. Well, okay. What about the monster potion? Can't believe that they finally returned from here. The Heartlands. If I would have a Steam Deck or something, I definitely would play this game from time to time. Even after finishing it, pretty much, just to find the last books and stuff, and progress further.
Stay away from me. You've already spent too much time over there.
Over there. Okay. You don't trust me, which is reasonable. Okay, back to Citadel finally. Yeah, it kinda looks more bleak in comparison. I was definitely get more work on them. My horse I think should be exactly here. We shouldn't linger. Just run there. I guess I can always go back if I would want to. Something has distinguished one knife. Something has distinguished two knives. Okay, let's give it a try. This weird fork can become very powerful, I guess. I would show it in multiple creatures. It's so nice to see actually a somewhat normal landscape. Spending a bunch of days in Chevron Isles. That's not my horse. I don't have any horse here. Where did I left my horse? Maybe here? Possible? Yes. Emerald chestnut horse. Why it's became so dark? It's actually morning. Okay, time to go to the castle. Yeah, for the third person the sword is not too bad. For first person it's too buffest. Okay, out of curiosity, can I now teleport back to castle or something? Am I get this power like sugar right now? Because is the mod broken or not? Yeah, now I can have fast travel. I remember I even tested it, it didn't work. Okay, I would say it's up to the fan to use it to just return to the place, to not backtrack for no reason. Because otherwise it's just waste of time. Okay, magic. Especially after so many hours, the game is pretty much done anyway. I need this garden. Maybe if I will rest from it for some time, I'll get an urge to actually run through the rest of the dungeons or something. Or at least to do more adventuring. Because still there are some mechanics that I didn't touch. Although, not many actually. Already had most enchanted gear, most improved items, etc, etc. That's how many books already was reading. Because everything that's on the floor was reading, and not all of them here. Yeah, what I didn't is that I didn't read the basic books. Brief History of the Empire. Guys, I read. And Rio Berenzia. This is the wife of the Tiber Septim. So that's reasonable to read. And also a lot of stuff that happened before that. Well, back with moderation. Carried also so much more. I should keep the word there because I would need to use it there, actually not here. Although I can always find more. It's my first enchanted weapon. Okay, yeah. have a strange feeling, like, because adventure's kinda done. And now I feel myself weird after all that. Okay. Just need to drop goodies somewhere, I guess. How much space here? Can run through the castle and drop this there. Oh yeah. Marker Cameron. Wait, no, don't marker Cameron. It's many marker robe and stuff. Yeah, here's pretty much everything already filled with items. Do you have any space down below? For sure there's some niches where I can put some blades and things, but actually... Yeah, that's barracks. My main place is already stuffed with all the goodies from Cyrodiil. No really displays and niches left. Everywhere, well, almost everywhere there is something. What about the East Wing? Yeah, it's stuffed with food, although there is some table free. Okay. Okay, I can show the stuff here for now. I want to go and do this last quest that is left. All sorts of robes. And Shogratzer again, yeah. Okay, out of curiosity, I must equip it. Okay, that looks quite ridiculous. Yeah, the other robe didn't look too bad as a robe, especially with the helmet. Like, that looks pretty cool actually. Like the helmet style in general, not bad. Yeah. It's making strange noises. Oh yeah. I saw your helmet. I don't need helmet. Oh yeah. This physics. Was just pushed away. Okay, carried some stuff. And talking about stuff, I have a lot of stuffs actually. A lot of staves. Right, let's go for the quest. That is something. Again, now when power of teleport, power of Shograt was unlocked, I can actually return to castle fast. Which is neat. Kinda missed this through the playthrough, because the return back was not always that fun, and it wasn't possible. Yeah, some things I didn't find, for example, the Skinned Warrior, and should be another third book that is part of trilogy. So I didn't read them because I didn't find the rest. This spawned so awkwardly. Hey, no, that's not how it... Can you... Damn, it's so big. It's actually too tall to shove it inside the barrel, or is it? Oh no, it's fine actually. That's the wrong positioning. Why we can't rotate objects? It would make total sense. Yep. Let's borrow staves. So it's reasonable that there should be staves there. Yay. Can I not? Yeah. Now I have barrel staves. I'm happy because of that. I don't know. Oh yeah. Tough sugar. Well, this one I can carry with me. Makes sense. Don't dagger. Can't even put it there. Oh, whatever. You can put items even straight forward there. They're too heavy. Tilt's hood. Got to drop it. Yeah, it's pure trash in there. I'm too lazy to sort it properly actually. Yeah, expert tools. Expert dynamic. Journeyman concentrator. Expert concentrator. Expert mortar. No, on the retort is journeyman. Okay, let's go for the quest. Whatever. It kind of feels a bit weird because there is no proper ending for the game. So I can run infinitely, there is no real end really. At the same time, pretty much everything done. Oh, I can grow this plate and see where it will lead me. Probably no quest connected, but it can be improved. And it's quite a unique item. Alright, where should be the place? Calavicus Wild. Should be some close to the city, I think. Between city and Skingrad or someone there. One of Clavicus Wild's worshippers had told me that in order to summon the daydream, an offering of 500 gold must be given to the statue, which is very easy, but it needed 20 level, which I couldn't do. So where it's supposed to be? It doesn't mark anything. Malak Ball. Clavicus Wild, yeah, it's right near the city, so it should be easy to get there. I need my horsey. Yeah, me is the black one. It was very fancy, but it died. Let's make a fresh save. Yay, back to raiding. Damn, it's raid ever since full contrast. The horse looks very red. Or ginger, hard to say. Very colorful, let's say. Yeah, back to aggroing the whole fauna of the area. Yeah, I almost had enough of the game, like, at least right now. That's enough, I played so much in it. Let's do this quest, and if I will not notice anything new, and probably I will not, then it will be it. I can go back to castle, check the story of Furio and history of the Emperor in general, just to have the whole picture, and that's pretty much it. Or maybe we can read some random books also. We pretty much finished the game. I'm kinda missing arena, thievery and murderers guilds, but at the same time that's not reasonable for my character to join there. As it would be unreasonable for characters that were doing this stuff to do some things that I did. You can have it all. I still would consider it as more of a full playthrough. Because the story is over. And then she lived happily an adventure every day or something. Sit in her library and drink some tea. By the way, there is no tea in game. Quite a shame. No coffee and no tea. Oh, and some analog. Everybody's drinking ale and wine. Okay, how far am I? Should be quite close here, this said. That's not it. Oof. Should be somewhat close, but where exactly? Oh, no, that's ruins. Oh yeah.
You have been told the proposition. Your donation for a possible audience with Clavicus Vile. The choice is yours.
Okay. Can you tell me more about him?
Make a bargain or do not. You must choose.
Okay, tell me your wisdom.
Daedra lords demand offerings and services. If you won't do as you're told, just forget about it.
Okay.
Do not test his patience.
Feels like I'm testing his patience, but okay. Let's see, I'm also dead now. And I definitely have 500 gold.
A mortal! Wonderful. Always a pleasure. Perhaps you'll do service for me, mortal, and I'll reward you. A fair bargain, don't you think? You will retrieve for me a sword. A very special sword. It contains the soul of Umbra, a hero I have had dealings with in the past.
Okay.
Bring the sword to me, and I'll reward you with my mask. You'll not find a better bargain, mortal. Begin your search in Hell's Gate.
Hell's Gate sounds familiar. It's one of the small villages. When I give my offering at the Shrine of Clavicus Wild, the Dear Lord told me about Umbra, and how he wishes me to return to him the Umbra sword. I should start my search in Hell's Gate. Okay. Where is the Palace Gate? It's down the road. Quite close. Okay. Let's go there.
Hello! Hey! Pay attention! In your pack, the dog. I swear, you heroes aren't particularly quick on the uptake.
No.
Good. Got your attention. I'm Bars, the Hound of Clavicus Vile. Not that I've always been Hound, or always been called Bars.
Okay.
I've also been a Red Guard. For a while I was a scamp, making deals with orcs. But for now, I am his Hound, and I serve the Lord Clavicus.
Okay.
A word of advice here. You've made a bad deal. This Umbra, bad business. Things always end badly where that one's concerned.
Okay.
Has always been a little blind to that, and it'll end badly this time too. So just leave things be. Walk away. It's your best bet, really.
Maros, the Hound of Klagosma, has spoken to me through the figurine that appeared in my bag. He tells me that return to the Umbra's world, to Klagosma is a mistake, likely to cause great ruin to Vile's domain. It's okay, Horsey. Well, we'll see about that. In any case, I need to see the settlement first. I need to get to the other side. Oh, that's why I'm confused. Okay. I got some throw. Oh yeah, it's all burned because of Oblivion gates, and yeah, that should be the place. We'll see, I can return this one, cannot return. Not sure who is Barbas. Can I trust them anyhow or not? I know only that it's not wise to mess with, so... Stay there north. Is he coming or not? Music is playing, but he is not coming. Which I'm stuck in combat. Yeah, that's the downside of riding these horses. Much faster than just running, at the same time. Then to not lose them, I to deal. Oh yeah. Woohoo! Okay. Spriggan's Black Bear, where is the Spriggan then? This bear was particularly deadly, huh? So I could Spriggan someone, Spriggan can just walk in its own pace extremely slowly, huh? But music still plays, damn, I hate such moments. If I will not deal with him, he'll kill my horse. The moment he'll be distracted. Not to match this annoying music. Oh, assuming that the bear came from here, I would assume that Spriggan is also somewhere there. There's nobody attacking the horse right now. Why did they even aggro him? I got someone before going through the water. Oh yeah, here it is, stuck in the water. Amazing. Yeah. This game really needs some fixes and patches. By the way, I used most of my health potion. At least the one that was bound. But I have more. I have also the strong potions of healing. And also my armor is broken. Damn, I didn't expect so much damage from this bear. He almost one-shotted me despite the rings.
Welcome to Pell's Gate. What brings you around here?
I heard something about Umbra.
Umbra? You need to speak with Hiroki the Wide. I've got nothing to say about Umbra.
Okay, thanks for that at least. What about the Spell's Gate? What is the settlement?
We are a small community. Mostly keep to ourselves. Can't say it isn't nice to see a new face around, though.
Alright.
You too.
Let's see.
Welcome to Pell's Gate. What brings you around here?
Yeah, that's the guy. I'm here because of Umbra, whatever.
Aye, I know of Umbra. But you're a stranger to me, and I'm not talking.
Oh, let me tell you all my story. You
All right.
understand why should you trust me? Okay.
That's just... I wish I... No more. You're don't wait. You think... Really? No more. You're frightening me. Well, no more. Not... That's just stupid.
That's not stupid.
Yeah, don't... That's just not funny. I accept. Don't... That's just... Really? Interesting. Well... What? That's just not funny.
That's the most hilarious, I would say.
Well done.
Thank you. Okay, tell me everything that you know about Umbra.
Umbra?
Now
That's
he's
a name
calling
I
it
haven't
Umbra.
heard in a while.
They'll call it
It's not
differently.
one you should be using around Pell's Gate either. Before I go on, let's clear something up. Are you here asking about the sword or the person? Which is it?
How about both, I guess? What about the person?
Who is Umbra? I can tell you who Umbra used to be. Lenwyn. She's my apprentice, at least she was, until she found that sword. Never did say where it came from. She just showed up with it one day. Said it was called Umbra. But she was different. She'd always been fair with a sword, but she began looking for fights, became bloodthirsty. Then started calling herself Umbra after the sword. Finally signed on with some mercenaries, but I heard that ended too. We haven't seen her in years.
I guess same for the sword.
It's a powerful sword, no doubt about that. Jet black, got a wicked edge on it, and they say it can steal a man's soul.
Well, don't mind my divider. So where is she now?
Can't say for sure. Some say they've seen her nearby, near the Vindasal ruins. Might just be wishful thinking, though. If she's around, she hasn't come into Pell's Gate. Nor should she. I fear that girl is long gone. If you seek her out, take care. She's a powerful one, or at least that sword is. I'd steer clear if I was you.
Okay. Thanks for the advice. I'll go and find the Umbra.
I can't tell you any more than I already have. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I wish you luck. I fear you'll need it.
Alright, thanks. Maybe he knows also something.
Don't go stirring up trouble.
I'm not stirring up trouble. What's your wisdom?
Those famous for good deeds may receive blessings of intelligence and magicka when they visit way shrines of Julianos.
Amazing.
Take care.
So, yeah, this is the closest ruins. Yeah, kinda sound like wishful thinking. Too close to be true. At the same time, who knows?
Hello there.
What is it now?
If you've done good...
Okay. You can already see the entrance to the ruins. It should be inside. It should be nearby. We're about to find out. The conjurers. I'm not doing any damage. What the hell? Actually, now after returning back, I start thinking that maybe there was punch already for the game. Yeah, good job, Horse, to stay on the scripts. So maybe that's why actually the damage was so drastically different. I think I'm playing last, I don't know, pretty much Shiver Niles and this part in vanilla version on max difficulty. That's probably it. So part of the mods doesn't work. At the same time, triple damage works, so it's becoming even less balanced. They're probably doing, that's explain why they're doing so much damage to me now. The previous I couldn't do that much damage anyhow. I mean, they still could scratch me nicely, but nothing that deadly. Because I think now I'm playing the master difficulty plus triple damage, because the stats on weapons didn't change. Which means it's triple damage mod still works, but the damage, the mod that balances the difficulties doesn't. Which means that I'm taking absolutely insane amount of damage from them. That explain all the one-shots even after having double rings, because the damage could be understandable without rings, but I have both of them, which give me a quite good amount of armor. So yeah. That explains why it was so drastic a change in one day. And because I had some breaks because of I was busy IRL, like I kinda missed the patch that was installed already. And some mods became broken. Well, fine by me. Like it's quite changing, but it's fine. Now at least I'm... now I'm still doing high damage, but they're still insanely spongy. It's questionable, yeah, how it works. They're just drastically more spongy than they ever been in the past, for whatever reason. Because in the past I could easily kill a guy in a robe. This one I can't kill anyhow. Not anyhow fast at least. Pretty much only poison works. Oof, I dodged the hit. Okay, with the cell. That should be it. I don't see anyone around. So I guess that should be it. Let me bring horse closer, so it will not die by standing so far. Because different things can travel through this round and not all of them friendly. So, Barbas the Hound of Clagus While has spoken to me through the figurines that appeared in my pack. Tells me that returning to the Umber Sword to Clagus was a mistake. Well, let's see. Can I use this figurine? It should be somewhere in my inventory, which also need to be sorted, but I definitely don't want to waste tons of time right now for that. I can't do anything about it. Let's go in and check. I have deadly poisons, doing tons of damage. If anything I can deal with any danger like this, just need to dodge the blows. Just rats. Okay. Did I? No, I never been in window selection. Okay, better be careful. Can she be inside? Why would she be? Maybe it's on the sword left. Are there crabs here? Of all things, the crabs. And one of them even went invisible. But all I'm doing wrong, actually, I should use this dust tank. And get myself some souls. It'd be easy to do on these creatures. Let's see how it will upgrade. Extinguish 1 life. So it's restarted. That's quite a shame. I guess. Oh, maybe because it's switching to 2 different swords, I need to do it for each sword separately. Yeah? That's from the machines. Okay, better keep my normal blade and keep it poisoned. If anything. Damn, she's in full ebony gear.
You risk much by speaking to me. You should leave this place. Now.
Well, I was kinda sent to find the Umbra.
Umbra is my blade. It is who I am. Who I was meant to be. For years I have fed my blade the souls of man and Mer. Warriors and priests, kings and paupers, men, women and children, all have bled for me. I have seen them all fall, and still Umbra hungers for more.
Looks like the blade in quite wrong hands, but it also might be cursed. I'll have just some powerful magic, whatever. Oh, definitely have some powerful magic. Well, the guys from Post Gate told me where you are, so here I am. And, well, you should stop killing children.
Do not speak to me of that place. It was another lifetime. It was before I became what I am now. Perhaps they sent you to kill me. Are they worried I might come in the night and burn their village down around them? No matter.
Quite reasonable.
I am what I've become, and I know my fate. But what of you? What is it you seek? My death? My blade? I offer you a choice. More than I have offered most. Stay here and die, or leave now and live your life. Speak to me again when your mind is set.
This is your out, friend. Leave it alone. How about we just march on back to the shrine and tell Platycus the deal is off? Sure, he'll be a bit put off, but you won't be dead. At least, you probably won't. That's better odds than you're getting here.
Well, I have a point, but I have Staff of Chagrin. Although, time to test how good she is actually. Although, can I use different poison? Yeah. This current weapon is poisoned. Yeah, that's the downside. I can't waste it even. Can I? Let's leave it be for a moment. Can I find anything alive here? Actually, I can. Magic. Well, that's not what I want. Skeleton zombie also. Okay. Have the scroll, perfect. That's fine, that it was resistant. Damn, the zombies are resistant to all the poisons. Even silence resistant. Where is headless zombie? Well, the zombie is headless for sure. Okay. Now the proper poison. With this blade, no matter how good she is, she will not survive. Well, I should stop
I
her
assume
in
you've
case.
made your choice. Umbra hungers. What shall it be?
I guess we'll fight.
Come then. Try your luck. Feel the bite of Umbra.
I don't really want to. I really don't want to. Yeah, that's the power of my sword. Not even Umbra can compete. Well, this maniac is stabbed. What about the blade? What's so special about it? The soul trap wasn't strike. Nothing special. I mean, looks fancy, don't get me wrong. I've retrieved the Umbra sword.
I'm telling you, don't bring that sword back to Clavicus. It'll ruin him, I'm sure. I mean, not completely. He's still a Deidre principal. Look, keep the sword if you want. That's your decision. But don't give it back to Clavicus. He doesn't know what's good for him sometimes.
Maybe the sword can drive him crazy. If you can do this to a person, better to keep it away locked. Where's the many carrots? There's a special set. Special ebony set. My. Okay. I will not say no. And the shot. Promise it's very heavy, I suppose. Looks so weird. It's too contrast. And the gold, supposedly gold pieces, looks very blank actually. Feels like cheap model. Yeah, it doesn't look good anyhow. Strange that it's done like this. Well, same as the sword will end up on one of the shelves, I suppose. The problem is it's quite heavy. Not that heavy actually, if you think about this. Should have one more feather. Feather potion. I'm choosing you. Maybe I don't have potion, but they should have magic. Okay. No dairy or anything. Oh, she kinda mentioned what she did. She just killed tons of people. Because the sword can trap souls. Oh, it's maybe special, I don't know. What's the damage even of it? Bro, wait, nothing. Okay, that's a good bonus of the sword. So wait, nothing but 40. I actually encountered swords that is 41 or something. So it's not even the best sword. I mean, maybe have some special sword trap, but doesn't seem like it. Oh no, nothing special. Damn, this aided farts. Probably lived with the whole settlement. Oh fuck, I forgot about this. The way Rest just went down while on the spike was quite hilarious. Even twisted tails of each other. What should I do with the quest? Can I actually finish it without giving out the sword? Because most reasonable to not bring the sword. Especially if Barbus think like this. Oh, why actually not? Let's see. Let's go to the place and see what he will tell me. He definitely will not like it, that's for sure. But will there be even any option? No guarantee. If there will be no option, I will save Scum and Lord, because screw that. Hate when game threw me like this off. But maybe it will be fine. By the way, yeah, Barbara's actually gone. So actually, yeah, it was it.
You brought the sword! Now give it to me. As we agreed, Umbra and I have unfinished business.
Nope.
You would dare? We had a bargain, little hero. You would risk my wrath for a pitiful little sword? I will be watching you, mortal, and waiting.
Whatever you say. Because I was not pleased that I elected not to return to him the Umbra sword. That's it? Okay. Barbara's with him.
Been good knowing you, kid. Back to being his hound for me. As for you, good luck, I guess. I've met worse.
Okay. Thanks for that. Why am I over encumbered? Oh, because Umbra got weighed. Okay, back to the castle. I guess I can use my Uber power and teleport back. Can I? Yeah. Yeah, it definitely was a punch that broke a bunch of mods. Well, good that I managed to finish the game before the game became anyhow unplayable or anything. Well, another artifact connected. Yeah, I can't anyhow run, it's too heavy. No, it's fine. A bit of walking will not kill me. RP walk. Come on, castle. I know, Wolf, I know. Poor Wolf sitting alone outside of the castle. Nobody coming to him. Nobody killing him. Nobody playing with him. Okay, and then what should I do? I would say it's enough for now. Surprisingly, the game is not broken. Potentially possible to return to it by installing some mods and trying to make the gameplay better, but I have to say how much it is reasonable, how much it is worth it. In any case, for now I had enough. Because that was long run, it was fun, but enough is enough. Let's go through some history books, maybe some storybooks. Like the reading evening of sorts. And that's pretty much it. Why is the character like almost sneaking? Such a posture. Okay. Where can I put this stuff? Oh, I ran out of torch. Whole set I can put, I guess, somewhere here. Oh, Umbra deserves to be locked away. This sword could be useful. It's the castle owner's sword. That's what Umbra to him. In both cases, pretty much owners ended up badly and cursed and went crazy. But it is what it is. So, we pretty much finished the game. I don't know what else to do. Now the quest is done, everything done. What is left is some books and some randomly generated dungeons. Maybe it's possible to find one or two quests somewhere hidden in houses where I've never been because there was no reason to go there, but that I don't know. Let me stand, I sit too much. So I guess let's go through some books and we can finish with Oblivion. Let's see. So we have some series. But Vulcan I already read volume 8, but volume 6 I don't remember. But one of them I suddenly found later. Oh, I can check what this book's about. It's in the same tome. Ah, but there are also other tomes. Okay. I guess I put them together because I didn't know where to shove the other one. Instead of lockpicking. My. Yeah, there are a lot of books here. But I'm mostly curious what about the stuff that I supposed to read it at the beginning, I guess, but I read about them Uriel and some brief history as well, but not exactly this series of books, because it didn't have full connection, but here there is actually full connection. Let's check on that. Brief History of the Emperor, Part 1, by Stranag Ktoj, I don't know, third Imperial Historian. Oh, so they had Imperial Historians, which makes sense. Surprisingly, I couldn't find a modern Imperial Historian, but okay. Before the rule of Tiber Septim, which was that Emperor that died at the beginning of the game, all Tamriel was in chaos. The poet Thracidas called that period of continuous unrest days and nights of blood and venom. The kings were a petty lot of grasping tyrants who fought Tiber's attempts to bring order to the land. But they were as disorganized as they were dishonored, and the strong hand of Septon brought peace forcibly to Tamriel. The year was Second Era 896. The following year, the Emperor declared the beginning of a new era. Thus began the Third Era. Year out. Wait a second, which? Tiber Septim. Weren't it exactly that ruler? Is his real age is 430 years? I didn't get it. Let's see. For 38 years, the Emperor Tiber reigned supreme. Yeah, for 38 years. That's insane. So he was... Oh, wait a second. No, I'm done. 38. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So he ruled for 38 years only, which is quite a lot, but nothing too special. Okay. I was confused by 4. That is not 4, but 4. Damn you, English. It was an awful, pious, and glorious age, when justice was known to one and all, from serf to sovereign. On Tiber's death, it reigned for an entire fortnight, as if the land of Tamriel itself was weeping. The emperor's grandson, Pelagius, came to the throne. Though his reign was short, he was as strong and resolute as his father had been, and Tamriel could have enjoyed a continuation of the Golden Age. Alas, an unknown enemy of the Septim's family hired that accursed organization of cutthroats, the Dark Brotherhood, to kill the Emperor Pelagius first, as he knelt a prayer of the Temple of the One of the Imperial City. Pelagius I's reign lasted less than 3 years. Pelagius had no living children, so the crown imperial passed to his first cousin, the daughter of Tiber's brother Agnorith. Kintira, former queen of Silvernar, assumed the throne as Kintira I. That's, I think, the wolf queen, so-called. Her reign was blessed with... Oh, wait a second. No, it couldn't be her, but somebody close to her. Her reign was blessed with prosperity and good harvest, and she herself was an avid patroness of art, music, and dance. Kintira's son was crowned after her death, the first emperor of Tamriel to use the imperial name Uriel. Uriel I was the great lawmaker of the Septim dynasty and the promoter of independent organizations and guilds. Under his kind but firm hand, the Fighters Guild and the Mage Guild increased in prominence throughout Tamriel. His son's successor Uriel II reigned for 18 years, from the death of Uriel I in 3rd Era 64 to Pelagius II's succession in 3rd Era 82. Tragically, the rule of Uriel II was cursed with blights, plagues, and insurrections. A tenderness he inherited from his father did not serve Tamriel well. Little justice was done. Okay, I can see where my confusion comes from. Because they decided to call all the emperors Uriels and Pelagiuses. amazing. So very confident. So Tiberius actually was the first septim, while Uriel's were dynasty after him. At the same time, were split with Pelagius from time to time. Yeah, that's why so many books about Pelagius, but different ones. Okay, Pelagius II inherited not only the throne from his father, but the debt from the latter's poor financial and judicial management. Pelagius dismissed all of the elder council and allowed only those willing to pay great sums to resume their seats. He encouraged similar acts among his vassals, the kings of Tamriel, and by the end of his 17 years' reign, Tamriel had returned to prosperity. His critics, however, have suggested that any advisor possessed of wisdom, but not of God, had been summarily ousted by Pelagius. This may have led to some of the troubles his son Antiochus faced when he in turn became emperor. Antiochus was certainly one of the more flamboyant members of the usually austere Septim family. He had numerous mistresses and nearly as many wives, and was renowned for the grandeur of his dress and his high good humor. Unfortunately, his reign was rife with civil war, surpassing even that of his grandfather Uriel II. The War of the Isle in 3rd Era 110, 12 years after Antiochus assumed the throne, nearly took the province of Somerset Isle away from Tamriel. The united alliance of the kings of Somerset and Antiochus only managed to defeat King Orgum of the island kingdom of Piandonia due to a freak storm. Legend credits the psychic order of the Isle of Artenium with the sorcery behind the tempest. Yeah, not the first time they mentioned by causing storms and other disasters. They were quite powerful, seems like. The story of Quintira's II, heiress to her father Antiochus' throne, is certainly one of the saddest tales in imperial history. Her first cousin Uriel, son of Queen Potima of Solitude, accused Quintira of being a bastard, alluding to the infamous decadence of the imperial city during her father's reign. When this accusation failed to stop her coronation, Uriel bought the support of several disgruntled kings of High Rock, Skyrim, and Morrowind, and with Queen Patima's assistance, he coordinated 3 attacks on Septim's Emperor. Yeah, Queen Patima is the false queen, so-called. The first attack occurred in the Iliac Bay region, which separates High Rock and Hammerfell. Quintira's entourage was massacred and the Empress taken captive. For 2 years, Quintira II languished in an imperial prison believed to be somewhere in Glenpoint or Glenmoriel before she was slain in her cell under mysterious circumstances. The second attack was on a series of imperial garrisons along the coastal Morrowind Islands. The Empress consort Contin Erings failed defending the forts. The third and final attack was the siege of the imperial city itself, occurring after the Elder Council had split up the army to attack Western High Rock and Eastern Morrowind. The weakened government had little defense against Uriel's determined aggression and capitulated after only a fortnight of resistance. Uriel took the throne that same evening and proclaimed himself Uriel III, Emperor of Tamriel. The year was 3rd Era 121. Thus began the War of the Red Diamond, described in Volume 2 of this series. Okay. So the action nicely split also in tones. Yeah, I remember mention of this war. Now I can read about it. A Brief History of the Empire Part 2. Volume 1st of the series described in brief the lives of the first 8 emperors of the Septim dynasty, beginning with the glorious Tiber Septim and ending with his great-great-great-great-grandniece, Quintira II. Quintira's murder in Glenpoint, while in captivity, is considered by some to be the end of the pure strain of Septim's blood in the imperial family. Certainly, it marks the end of something significant. Uriel III not only proclaimed himself Emperor of Tamriel, but also Uriel Septim III, taking the eminent surname as a title. In truth, his surname was Montiarco, from his father's line. In time, Uriel III was deposed, and his crimes revealed, but the tradition of taking the name Septim as the title for the Emperor of Tamriel did not die with him. For 6 years, the War of the Red Diamond, which takes its name from the Septim's family famous badge, yeah, that was quite apparent, tore the empire apart. The combatants were the 3 surviving children of Pelagius II, Potima, Zephyrus, and Magnus, and their various offspring. Potima of course supported her son Uriel III, and had the combined support of all of Skyrim and Northern Morrowind, with the efforts of Zephyrus and Magnus. However, the province of High Rock turned cold. The provinces of Hammerfall, Somerset Isle, Valenwood, Elsewhere, and Blackmarsh were divided in their loyalty, but most kings supported Zephyrus and Magnus. In 127, Uriel III was captured at the Battle of Ichidag in Hammerfall. En route to his trial in the Imperial City, a mob overtook his prisoner carriage and burned him alive within it. That's quite brutal. His captor and uncle continued on to the Imperial City, and by common acclaim was proclaimed Zephyrus I, Emperor of Tamriel. Zephyrus' reign was marked by nothing but war. By all accounts, he was a kind and intelligent man, but what Tamriel needed was a great warrior, and he, fortunately, was dead. It took an additional 10 years of constant warfare for him to defeat his sister Potima, the so-called Wolf Queen of Solitude, who died in the siege of her city-state in the year 137. Zephyrus survived his sister by only 3 years. He never had time during the war years to marry, so it was his brother, the first child of Pelagius II, who assumed the throne. The Emperor Magnus was already elderly when he took up the imperial diadem, and the business of punishing the traitorous kings of the War of the Red Diamond drained much of his remaining strength. Legend accused Magnus' son and heir Pelagius III of patricide, but that seems highly unlikely for no other reason than that Pelagius was king of Solitude following the death of Potima and seldom visited the imperial city. Pelagius III, sometimes called Pelagius the Mad, so this one was the crazy one, was proclaimed emperor in the 145th year of the Third Era. Almost from the start, his eccentricities of behavior were noted at court. He embarrassed dignitaries, offended his vassal kings, and on one occasion marked the end of an imperial grand ball by attempting to hang himself. His long-suffering wife was finally awarded the regency of Tamriel, and Pelagius III was sent to a series of hidden institutions and asylums until his death in 153 at the age of 34. The Empress Regent of Tamriel was proclaimed Empress Cataria I upon the death of her husband. Some who do not mark the end of the Septim bloodline with the death of Kintira II consider the ascendancy of this dark elf woman the true mark of its decline. Her defenders, on the other hand, asserted though Cataria was not descended from Tiber, the son she had with Pelagius was, so the imperial chain did continue. Despite racist assertion to the contrary, Cataria's 46-year reign was one of the most celebrated in Tamriel's history. Uncomfortable in the imperial city, Cataria traveled extensively throughout the empire, such as no emperor ever had since Tiber's day. She repaired much of the damage that previous emperors' broken alliances and bungled diplomacy created. The people of Tamriel came to love their empress far more than the nobility did. Cataria's death and a minor skirmish in Black Marsh is a favorite subject of conspiracy-minded historians. The sage Montalios' discovery, for instance, of a disenfranchised branch of the Septim family and their involvement with the skirmish was a revelation indeed. When Cassandra assumed the throne upon the death of his mother, he was already middle-aged. Only half even, he aged like a Breton. In fact, he had left the rule of Weyras to his half-brother Uriel due to poor health. Aged like a Breton. Bretons, as far as I remember, were mentioned. I think I only found out it's only in Elder Scrolls Online, the mention of this, but yeah. that Britons are pretty much half elves, half Imperials. Something like this. So I guess as he aged slower. In fact, he had left the rule of Wayrest to his half-brother Uriel due to poor health. Nevertheless, as the only true blood relation of Pelagus and those Tiber, he was pressed into accepting the throne. To no one's surprise, the Emperor Cassandra's reign did not last long. In 2 years, he joined his predecessors in eternal slumber. Uriel Dariet, Cassandra's half-brother and the child of Cataria I, and her imperial consort Gulliver Lariat, after the death of Pelagus III, left the kingdom to Wayrest to reign as Uriel IV. Legally, Uriel IV was a septim. Cassandra had adopted him into the royal family when he had become king of Wayrest. Nevertheless, to the council and the people of Tamriel, he was a bastard child of Cataria. Uriel did not possess the dynamism of his mother, and his long 43-year reign was a hotbed of sedition. Uriel IV's story is told in the 3rd volume of the series. The 4th. Which one was the last emperor, actually? The 4th? I thought the 4th, actually. Can be that both tomes about him. The 1st volume of the series told in brief the history of the succession of the first 8 emperors of the Septim dynasty, from Tiberius I to Quintilius II. The 2nd volume described the War of the Red Diamond and the 6 emperors that followed its aftermath, from Uriel III to Cassandra I. At the end of that volume, it was described how the Emperor Cassandra's half-brother Uriel IV assumed the throne of the Emperor of Tamriel. Yeah, but it's kinda too early for him. But okay. It will be recalled that Uriel IV was not a septim by birth. His mother, though she reigned as empress for many years, was a dark elf married to a true septim emperor, Pelagus III. Uriel's father was actually Cataria's first consort after Pelagus' death, a Breton nobleman named Gulliver Lariat. Before taking the throne of empire, Cassandra I had ruled the kingdom of Wayrest, but poor health had forced him to retire. Oh, so he actually could live longer because he wasn't just not just a human. Cassandra had no children, so he legally adopted his half-brother Uriel and abdicated the kingdom. 7 years later, Cassandra inherited the empire at the death of his mother. 3 years after that, Uriel once again found himself the recipient of Cassandra's inheritance. Uriel IV's reign was a long and difficult one. Despite being a legally adopted member of the Septim family, and despite the Valerius family's high position, indeed they were distant cousins of the Septims. Few of the Elder Council could be persuaded to accept him fully as a blood descendant of Tiber. The Council had assumed much responsibility during Cataria's first long reign, and Cassandra's first short one, and a strong-willed alien monarch like Uriel IV found it impossible to command their unswerving fealty. Time and again, the Council and Emperor were at odds, and time and again the Council won the battles. Since the days of Pelagus II, the Elder Council had consisted of the wealthiest men and women in the Empire, and the power they wielded was conclusive. The Council's last victory over Uriel IV was posthumous. Andarag, Uriel's first son, was disinherited by vote of council, and the cousin, more closely related to the original Septim line, was proclaimed Sephiroth II in that era 247. For the first 9 years of Sephiroth's second reign, those loyal to Andarag battled the Imperial forces in Act that the sage Erentine called Tiber Septim's heart beating no more. The council granted Andarag the High Rock Kingdom of Shornhelm to end the war, and Andarag's descendants still rule there. I kinda missing how and why Sephiroth II became the emperor after Uriel IV while Uriel IV still alive. It's kinda weird. By and large, Sephiroth II had foes that demanded more of his attention than Andarag. Thrown out of Cimmerian nightmare, in the words of Erentine, A man who called himself the Cameron Usurper led an army of Daedra and undead warriors on a rampage through Vanwood, conquering kingdom after kingdom. Few could resist his onslaughts, and as month turned to bloody month in the year 249, even fewer tried. Severus II sent more and more mercenaries into Hammerfell to stop the usurpers' northward march, but they were bribed or slaughtered and raised as undead. Yeah, that's quite rough time for them. The story of the Cameron Usurper deserves a book of its own. It is recommended the reader find Phalanx Illiterates The Fall of the Usurper for more details. I don't remember the name of the book, but yeah. There was a book about the march of this Cameron Usurper when people try to hide in cellar and heal each other. Okay. In short, however, the destruction of the force of Usurper had little to do with the efforts of the Emperor. The result was a great regional victory and an increase in hostility towards a seemingly inefficacious empire. Uriel V, Sephiroth's second son and successor, swiveled opinion back towards the latent power of the empire. I guess they just stopped mentioning how they dying and just switching from one to another. So Uriel IV wasn't the final one. Okay, turn the attention of Tamriel's away from internal strife. Uriel V embarked on a series of invasions beginning almost from the moment he took the throne in 268. Uriel V conquered Roscrea in 271, Katnakwe in 276, Nesneo in 279, and Esronian in 284. In 288, he embarked on his most ambitious enterprise, the invasion of the content kingdom of Avaira. Oh, that's where he was stuck there. All their ships were destroyed by storm, and they pretty much were ceased to exist there. Okay. I think it was called Disaster and Lonely, the book. I read it sometime before. This ultimately proved a failure, for 2 years later, Uriel V was killed in Avaira on the battlefield of Lonid. Yes. It's actually not Lonid, it's Ionid. Nevertheless, Uriel V holds a reputation second only to Tibur, as one of 2 great warrior emperors of Tamriel. The last 4 emperors, beginning with Uriel V, infant son, are described in the first and final volume of the series. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of interesting because I read some books that kind of touch on all this line of story, but at the same time were about the things that happens around it. And now I can actually see the core part of the story. Even if not in details, really. The first book of the series described in brief the first 8 emperors of the Septim Dynasty, beginning with Tibur I. The second volume described the War of the Red Diamond and the 6 emperors who followed. The third volume described the troubles of the next 3 emperors, the frustrated Uriel IV, the ineffectual Sephiroth II, and the heroic Uriel V. On Uriel V's death across the sea in distant, hostile Avaira, Uriel VI was but 5 years old. In fact, Uriel VI was born only shortly before his father left for Avaira. Uriel V, only other progeny by a morganatic alliance, was the twins Morihata and Eloisa, who had been born a month after Uriel V left. Uriel VI was crowned in the 290th year of the Third Era. The imperial consort Tronika, as the boy's mother, was given a restricted regency until Uriel VI reached his majority. The elder consort retained the real power, as they had ever since the days of Kateria I. The consul so enjoyed its unlimited and unrestricted freedom to promulgate laws and generate profits that Uriel VI was not given full license to rule until 307, when he was already 22 years old. He had been slowly assuming positions of responsibility for years, but both the consul and his mother, who enjoyed even her limited regency, were loath to hand over the reins. By the time he came to the throne, the mechanisms of government gave him little power except for that of the imperial veto. This power, however, he regularly and vigorously exercised. By 313, Euro 6 could boast with conviction that he truly did rule Tamriel. He utilized defunct spy networks and guardians to bully and curse the difficult members of the Elder Council. His half-sister Morihata was, not surprisingly, his staunchest ally, especially after her marriage to Baron's Ulfa Gerson of Winterhold brought her considerable wealth and influence. As the sage Ugarich said, Uriel V conquered Azroniad, but Uriel VI conquered the Elder Council. Well, yeah. When Uriel VI fell off a horse and could not be resuscitated by the finest imperial healers, his beloved sister Marihata took up the imperial tiara. At 25 years of age, she had been described by, admittedly self-serving, diplomats as the most beautiful creature in all of Tamriel. She was certainly well-learned, vivacious, athletic, and a well-practiced politician. She brought the Archmagister of Skyrim to the Imperial City and created the second Imperial Battle Mage since the days of Tiber Septim. Morihata finished the job her brother had begun and made the Imperial Province a true government under the Empress and later the Emperor. Outside the Imperial Province, however, the Empire had been slowly disintegrating. Open revolutions and civil wars had raged unchanged since the days of her grandfather Sephirus II. Carefully coordinating her counterattacks, Morihata slowly claimed back her rebellious vassals, always avoiding or extending herself. Though Morihata's military campaigns were remarkably successful, her deliberate pace often frustrated the council. One councilman, an Argonian who took the Calovian name of Thoricus Romus, furious at her refusal to send troops to his troubled Black Marsh, is commonly believed to have hired the assassins who claimed her life in 339. Romus was summarily tried and executed, though he protested his innocence to the last. Morihata had no survivor children, and Aloysia had died of a fever 4 years before. Aloysia's 25-year-old son Pelagius was thus crowned Pelagius IV. Pelagius IV continued his aunt's work, slowly bringing back under his wing the radical and refractory kingdoms, duchies, and baronies of the empire. He exercised Morihata's poise and circumspect pace in his endeavors, but alas, he did not attain her success. The kingdoms had been free of constraint, so known that even a Benin imperial presence was considered odious. Nevertheless, when Pelagius died after a notably stable and prosperous 29-year reign, Tamriel was closer to unity than had been since the days of Euro I. Our current emperor, his awesome and terrible Majesty Euroseptim VII, son of Pelagius IV, has the diligence of his great-aunt Morihata, the political skill of his great-uncle Euro VI, and the military prowess of his great-grand-uncle Euro V. For 21 years he reigned and brought justice and order to Tamriel. In the year 389, however, his imperial battle mage Jagger Tarn betrayed him. Uriel VII was imprisoned in a dimension of Tarn's creation, and Tarn used his sorcery of illusion to assume the Emperor's aspect. For the next 10 years, Tarn abused imperial privilege, but did not continue Uriel VII's schedule of reconquest. It is not yet entirely known what Tarn's goals and personal accomplishments were during the 10 years he masqueraded as his liege lord. In 399, an enigmatic champion defeated the battle mage in the dungeons of the Imperial Palace and freed Uriel VII from his other dimensional jail. It probably wasn't some daggerfall maybe, or I guess, maybe. Like, the name Thorn is very familiar, but yeah, I don't remember. I also never played Daggerfall Funia. Since his emancipation, Hero Septon VII has worked diligently to renew the battles that would reunite Tamriel. Tarn's interference broke the momentum, it is true, but the years since then have proven that there is hope of the golden age of Tiber Septim's rule, glorifying Tamriel once again. Well, hard to say how good was the ruler because he was a current, and for that reason apparently people, these historians, could try to be more, well, loyal to him. Also biography of Barenzi, first and second one. I think I read this one. Or not. Queen Barenzi, yeah. Not sure. Maybe I did, maybe not. But there is the real Barenzi also. Oof! 37 page, 42 pages. Oof! That's insane. That's actually a proper book. Yeah. Oof. Okay. How much I would read this? I mean, this is like full-scale storybook. It's maybe good, hard to say, but that's a lone one. Yeah, Life of Hero Septon Stone, that's what I read. I remember mentioned this book. His wife and some troubles with her. Oh, biography of Barenzi, yeah, that should be more historical part. Also not that long. Okay, let's read this stuff. Biography of Queen Barenzia by Stern Gumbush, Imperial Scribe. That should be the wife of the current Lost Emperor. Late in the Second Era, Girl-Child Barenzia was born to the rulers of the Kingdom of Mornhold, in what is now the Imperial Province of Morrowind. She was reared in all the luxury and security befitting a royal dark elven child until she reached 5 years of age. At that time, His Excellency Tiber Septim I, the first Emperor of Tamriel. Oh, that's wife of first Tiber. Yeah, okay, it's wife of Tiber Septim, not Euro Septim, okay. So it's actually the wife of the first Emperor. Demanded that the decadent rulers of Morrowind yield to him and institute imperial reforms. Trusting to their vaunted magic, the Dark Elves impudently refused until Tiber Septim's army was on the borders. An armistice was hastily signed by the now eager Dunmer, but not before there were several battles, one of which laid waste to Mornhold, now called Almalexia. Oh, okay. Almalexia, a more familiar name for me. Little Princess Barenzi and her nurse were found among the wreckage. The Imperial General Symmachus himself, a Dark Elf, suggested to Tiber Septim that the child might someday be available, and she was therefore placed with a loyal supporter who had recently retired from the Imperial Army. Sven Advenson had been granted the title of Count upon his retirement. His fiefdom Darkmoor was a small town in central Skyrim. Count Sven and his wife reared the princess as their own daughter, seeing to it that she was educated appropriately, and more importantly, that the imperial virtues of obedience, discretion, loyalty, and piety were instilled in the child. In short, she was made fit to take her place as a member of the new ruling class of Morrowind. The girl Barenzia grew in beauty, grace, and intelligence. She was sweet-tempered, a joy to her adoptive parents and their 5-year sons, who loved her and their elder sister. Other than her appearance, she differs from young girls of her class only in that she had a strong empathy for the woods and fields, and was wont to escape her household duties to wander there at times. Barenzia was happy and content until her 16 years, when a wicked orphan stable boy, whom she had befriended out of pity, told her he had overheard a conspiracy between her guardian Count Sven and the Red Guard visitor to sell her as a concubine in Rhyhad, as no North of Breton would marry her on account of her black skin, and no Dark Elf would have her because of her foreign upbringing. "Whatever shall I do?" the poor girl said, weeping and trembling, for she had been brought up in innocence and trust, and it never occurred to her that her friend, the stable boy, would lie to her. The wicked boy, who was called Straw, said that she must run away if she valued her virtue, but that he would come with her as her protector. Dolefully, Berenzi agreed to this plan, and that very night she disguised herself as a boy and the pair escaped to the nearby city of Whiterun. After a few days there, they managed to get jobs as guards for this reputable merchant caravan. The caravan was heading east by side roads in audacious attempt to elude the lawful tolls charged on the imperial highways. Thus the pair eluded pursuit until they reached the city of Riften, where they ceased their travels for a time. They felt safe in Riften, close as it was to the Morrowind border, so the Dark Elves were enough of a common sight. Okay, how did they end up further? The first one of the series told the story of Berenzi's origin heiress to the throne of Mournhold until her father rebelled against his excellency Tiber Septim. Not really? I mean, it was ended on they just start traveling and ended up in Riften. That's it. Okay, it feels like parts is missing, but it's volume 2. Weird. Thanks largely to the benevolence of the Emperor, the child Berenzi was not destroyed with her parents, but reared by Count Swain of Darkmoor, a loyal imperial trustee. She grew up into a beautiful and pious child, trustful of her guardian's care. This trust, however, was exploited by a wicked orphan stable boy. Oh yeah, okay, it was before. Who with lies and fabrications tricked her into fleeing Darkmoor with him when she turned 16. After many adventures on the road, they settled in Riften, a Skyrim city near the Morrowind borders. The stable boy Straw was not altogether evil. He loved Berenzi in his own selfish fashion, and deception was the only way he could think of that would cement possession of her. She of course felt only friendship toward him, but he was hopeful that she would gradually change her mind. He wanted to buy a small farm and settle down into a comfortable marriage, but at the time his earnings were barely enough to feed and shelter him. After only a short time in Riften, Straw fell in with a bold, villainous Khajiit thief named Terrace, who proposed that they rob the Imperial Commandant's house in the central part of the city. Terrace said that he had a client, a traitor to the Empire, who would pay well for any information they could gather there. Berenzi happened to overhear this plan and was appalled. She stole away from their rooms and walked in the streets of Riften in desperation, torn between her loyalty to the Empire and her love for her friends. In the end, loyalty to the Empire prevailed over personal friendship, and she approached the Commandant's house, revealed her true identity, and warned him of her friend's plan. The Commandant listened to her tale, praised her courage, and assured her that no harm would come to her. He was none other than General Symmachus, who had been scouring the countryside in search of her since her disappearance, and had just arrived in Riften hot in pursuit. That's some random. He took her into his custody and informed her that far from being sent away to be sold, she was to be reinstated as the Queen of Mournhold as soon as she turned 18. Until that time, she was to live with the Septim family in the newly built Imperial City, where she would learn something of government and be presented at the Imperial Court. In the Imperial City, Berenzi befriended the Emperor Tiber Septim during the middle years of his reign. Tiber's children, particularly his eldest son and heir Pelagius, came to know her as a sister. The balance of the day praised her beauty, chastity, wit, and learning. On her 18th birthday, the entire Imperial City turned out to watch her farewell procession preliminary to her return to her native land. Thoughtful as they were at her departure, all knew that she was ready for her glorious destiny as sovereign of the Kingdom of Mournhold. Okay. Now we know more. Yeah, that's a lot of lore. It's pretty much one of the deepest lores in general. Tons of things. But yeah, this is quite brief story of just third era. Well, now I know more at least on who is Tiber exactly. Oof. Well, I don't know. Like, I guess once I can make some reading sessions, something. But for now, enough is enough. Yeah, I guess not much reason to make separate session right now. Maybe I will just read them for myself. It's whatever. Because I'm not sure how much you're even interested in this. But at least now I better understand the lore, and because it's one of my favorite series anyway, so it's kinda valuable to me. I'll be better prepared for Skywind, for Elder Scrolls 6, etc. Maybe Elder Scrolls Online one day will get proper patch to get some change at least in gameplay, so it will be reasonable to actually play it as well. So it's 180 hours in. Oof, that was a long playthrough. Probably the longest. Should be the longest. Well, that was fun. So, what thing? Tomorrow, I maybe will take a break for one day because I will need to stop something next. Although we'll see, maybe not. I need to think about this. I can write about this at the evening Discord. Because, yeah, I need to return to Kingdom Come Deliverance because I switched to Remaster of Oblivion because it was quite sudden release and I was quite happy to try it. I was very curious, so yeah. I thought I can finish it way faster, but I underestimate the game. And because I don't like to drop anything unfinished, so yeah, apparently I should continue and finish Kingdom Come Deliverance. I also have Dragon Age series on the way, where I barely started Inquisition, pretty much just went through tutorial first location, so also one day I will need to return, but that can wait for now. I have also like Tainted Grail that was pre-ordered and released, but I didn't play it. I have Vowed that also was pre-ordered and released and I didn't play it. There's Kingdom Come 2. There are smaller things like Karma that I also pre-ordered and also didn't play. So yeah, there are so many things to play, yeah. And not to mention that I also thinking about adding something like, how to say, some classic game of the month or something, some retro of the month of sorts. So at least once a month we'll just play something old, go through it, and well, slowly but eventually we'll go through all the interesting classics. That also would be cool. Because there are plenty of games that I would like to play or replay or go fully from the past, which also would be nice. So yeah, we have a lot of things to do. At the same time, yeah, I postponed many things, so tomorrow maybe I will be busy after all. We'll see. Don't know, although I still can do, yeah, I should be able to prepare for the stream tomorrow. So I guess tomorrow we'll return to Kingdom Come. Yeah, I need to finish it. It shouldn't take too long, but yeah, still have, I guess, 20 or 30% of the game left. Don't know how much really, maybe even less. I think I should finish it. So we actually can return from tomorrow. But yeah, I will be such a newbie there because I don't remember how to play normally. Well, roughly remember, but my reflexes never after Oblivion scuffed. In any case, thank you for watching. That was a fun run. Like, the game's still really good. Yeah, I should, I guess, come to some conclusion. The game was fun. Besides in the past and still actually have no idea how to go into anyhow decent balance of combat or economy. It definitely became better. I remember Skyrim already was better than Oblivion in this regard. Not sure how in Starfield because it was too low FPS on release for me, so I couldn't play it. So can say about this. Hopefully they become better, but they didn't have survival mode like in Fallout. But so Fallout, yeah, not too bad in terms of balance. At least Fallout 4 with survival mode was pretty decent already, not so spongy. On the other hand, Fallout 76 is disaster in terms of sponginess of enemies. So I don't know, not sure what to expect from new games. We should get also Fallout Remaster, third one, maybe New Vegas also before the next Elder Scrolls. Should be some games for sure. Well, in any case, that was nice. It was a lot of lore. It was really beautiful game because remastered done very nicely. Oh, despite the weird style of Oblivion in general. There are many flaws with like weird horse riding or tons of backtracking, etc. But it's kind of attributes of the past. Rogue Trader, well, it will be done in co-op eventually, yes. But yeah, apparently first we'll go from this game's probably Divinity. Anyway, Dilogy, which will take who knows how much time. The short is an Oblivion, but they're not so short. So also will take probably like 50 to 100 hours each. I don't know how long they are really. Maybe they're not that big. In any case, let's go first. I would really want actually to go first Neverwinter in co-op and second Neverwinter. That would be fun. Solo co-op would be cool. Especially in Neverwinter also, like I always had this itch and kinda not close gestalt in terms of different models for these games. Because Neverwinter had tons of models and I didn't play them normal because I couldn't. I didn't know English that well back then. And only the main game was translated. So I couldn't really try it. But I really enjoyed it back then. So yeah, also something to play. In co-op also could be possible to go through old Bounderous gates and then go into a more modern one. So many things. And all those games are quite big and not fast to finish. Yeah, I have someone for Divinity for sure. Like that's the reason why Divinity is first, because he wanna go through Divinity first. So I guess it will be Divinity. Might be also Dying Light instead, but we didn't decide yet. We'll see. And I guess something should be co-op as well, but that should be at the unit. Mornings I should stream solo streams anyway. Yeah, should be also fun. In any case, tons of good things to come, and also I don't know how it will be next year and what also in this year can be some things released that can be also good. So yeah, we'll see. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Tomorrow should be Kingdom Come then. I done nothing on Kingdom Come. I'll write at the evening on Discord. In any case, see you next time. Bye bye.